Hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, hi. I'm ready to continue the story. Though, man, the drones and the shield bros are gonna haunt me forever. At least for the other ones, they shouldn't be as bad, right? I hope. Maybe. I'm gonna stare at this map for a little while. There's lots of ways for them to enter. Barely any room for them to exit. And there's blocks. I do not like the look of those blocks. Oh man, the blocks are gonna haunt me too. But no, this be fine. I just gotta believe. And bring someone I can just keep on deploying, you know? As one do. I've never used you, Siege. So Siege, come with me, please. Yeah, come with me. Boop. I see snow. Huichie. I don't know how much further I have to go. I can hear the winter feathers chirp every now and then. Is that supposed to mean something? Does it mean that spring will be here soon? It's still very cold here, but it shouldn't be much longer until it starts to get warmer. It's been 3 weeks. We finally found 2 more villages willing to trade with the infected. We've set up camp at an abandoned settlement a few kilometers away from them. There's plenty of fuel here to last us a while. You can't imagine how awful tree bark tastes. I don't ever want to listen to the old man tell me how nutritious they are anymore. What tree bark are they eating that's nutritious? I'm kind of curious. I want to chew on that. December 7th. I am very well aware where this road is taking us. Nonetheless, we have to get to the end of the road. Even if I don't make it, Yelena, Alina, and Enno and Sasha as well, I'm sure they will make it. But the road beneath our feet is just way too murky and hard to see. Will they reject us? We can't bring their hopes up too much. It's a bad thing to make a promise you cannot fulfill. The Ursus Empire's promise about bread and bed was nothing more than a ruse to cover up their atrocities and lies. And lies are what lead to tyranny. Will they come to loathe us? It's very likely. If it wasn't for how hard life is in the northern plains, people here would probably report the infected to the patrol units the moment they spotted them. This kind of animosity probably came from how worried they are about their own situation. I'm not like Bojo Kosti. We certainly need to be on the lookout and avoid that, but I don't believe that's in their nature. We can't hold it against them just because they want to look out for themselves. Definitely not. Will they try to hurt us? I have no idea, and it's probably not something I can worry about too much. No matter the case, I think most people are only like that because of the circumstances they are in. If they had a teacher like Alina, a team like ours, or the chance to live in harmony with infected, I'm sure things would improve. Most of them were simply brainwashed by Ursus's twisted ideology. We can help them. Knowledge can change the way people think. It's a really difficult thing to do. That's even though I believe. If you always hold fast your beliefs and your actions, getting everyone to accept the truth should be one of the simplest things to accomplish. The words above were crossed out. Naturally, the letter was never mailed out. Oh, good morning. Wouldn't it be dangerous for you to head outside right now? I talked to the soldiers, and they said the patrol unit all went to the village to the west. Did someone see you trading with them the other day? It's not impossible. Anyway, You should stay away from the west. I know. I'll go to the village to the east instead. I should be able to barter for some things there. Oh, you don't need to worry so much, remember? We used to find ourselves in situations much more dangerous. What are you trying to get this time? Some canned fruits and dried vegetables. Are those things really worth heading outside for? Talulah, it's not like they got Uber Eats here. Or DoorDash. Our fighters will get sick if things don't improve soon. It's about time you pick up a few things about taking care of yourself. We're having trouble just getting enough food to feed ourselves. I really don't think we should go out of our way for... Now, Talulah, that's not right. Uh-huh. Ahem. It's precisely because there are times we don't get enough food on the table, or even clothes to keep ourselves warm, that things like songs, music, fruits, and flour, and our desire for all things that delight our taste buds, our eyesight, and our sense of smell are so important. These are the things that remind us what we are fighting for. We're fighting so that everyone can lead a decent life. Naturally, your health is part of all that. With just some vegetables and fruits, we can help a lot of people fight off their diseases. Rebuting me with my own words. That's cheating. Hey now, cheating? That's quite a serious charge, isn't it? Here, say it after me. That's smart. Okay. Do you need someone to go with you? A bodyguard, that is? That probably isn't a good idea. I may be infected, but I'm not that special. I wouldn't want anyone to find out about us just because of me. Besides, it isn't too hard for me to hide my infection. Easier than for some of our soldiers. Okay, but you should still be careful. I don't think we can completely trust the villagers here. There are a lot of things that don't add up there. Yep, okay. I'll try to get us some pears too. Do you reckon the Yetis like apples more? I think they are more of a fan of raspberries. But let's not worry about them. They know how to look out for themselves. They know how to look for those themselves. Out of those three options, apples, pears, and raspberries, I would choose the raspberries too. I've got a meeting now. Okay, I'm leaving. Alina. What's up? I'm thinking about putting together an infected education group. Would you like to run it? Huh? Am I really the right person for that? You have a much better reputation than me among the non-combatant infected. It'll be easier for me to introduce you to everyone. That's not what I mean. Knowledge is a means of fighting itself, Alina. I insist. Well, I'll leave the decision to you. I don't need to write up any speeches or anything, do I? Oh, I can hear the applause already. Stop teasing me. Okay, I'll get going now. See you later. Don't stay out too late. Man, they're so cute. That won't work. We need to hang them. The captain isn't around right now, but I know that's what he'd order us to do. Remember, guerrilla fighters, we're not an army, at least not yet. It gives a bad impression. When they first joined us, it was because they trusted us. They only started having doubts because of hunger. That's the only reason they made this mistake. It only happened because we don't keep our end of the bargain. What bargain? Feeding them what little food we have left? We promised the infected a place to stay. Not everyone came here for a noble end. That's not realistic. We could have earned even more of their trust if we had the machines exchanged for the provisions sooner. In any case, I cannot accept keeping them on the team. Then let them go. I won't tolerate any excessive violence. Also, give them enough rations for a week before you exile them. Absolutely not.
Not even our warriors get that kind of treatment. We're not going to give in on this one. It has nothing to do with achievements or whatever. We simply cannot abide by their behavior. Fine. At least don't go overboard with the language. Don't chew them out too much. We can accept that. Good. Now that the patrols are trying to smoke us out to the west, we can't let them find the group of infected here. That's all the more reason to put these bastards over. Someone's knocking. Come in. Talulah. It's the patrol unit. They're investigating the village that traded food with us. Should we get out of here? If we leave now, we'll be long gone by the time they found out about us. Draw the patrol unit our way. I'll ambush them somewhere close by. We must let the patrol squad think we're behind it all, even if we have to leave our tracks behind for them to find. Talulah, think this through again. The 4th Army's sentries are just 10 kilometers away. Once they get word from the patrols about us, they will definitely come after us. If the villages are pillaged because they gave us a helping hand, no, suppose they didn't. If they come in harm's way because of us, the infected, we'll never find another village willing to trade with us. Then, let's take it upon ourselves to keep the news from spreading. That's exactly how word about this gets out. Listen to me. If you try to put a lid on this by killing everyone there, the bodies will become evidence. If you then get rid of their bodies, then the deserted village will be evidence instead. If you want to keep any bad news about us from spreading, then there's only one way to go about it. Don't let anything bad happen in the first place. What we need to do now is to widen the path we have ahead of us, not just for ourselves, but also for the descendants of those who are following us down this path. Any questions? No. You have a point. Let's do that. Let's go. Right. What you said just now makes sense. Protect all non-combatants and help them evacuate first. We have a tough battle ahead of us. I'll be fighting alongside you, but neither Frost Nova and Patriot are here with us. Remember, one day, you may not even have me fighting next to you. But as long as what you are fighting for is just and feasible, then we don't need anyone else by our side. You don't need anyone by your side. Yeah, let's go.
Like, I'm happy to have you on our side, Talulah, but at the same time, I'm just scarred by that last fight I had to protect you because you're bleeding. Your HP depleted so fast, and it made me so sad. No wonder why there's roadblocks. Oh no, there's peoples. Aw man, I mean, this is fine, more or less. Shoot. Yeah, it'd be fine. To an extent. Sad. No, this is fine. Okay, I just gotta bide my time a little bit. You know, as one do. Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't have been getting rid of that block so fast. 18, 19, boop. There. I hope it's gonna be fine. And ooh, hello. No fear. No fear. Never fear. Shoot. Let's see. How do I want to do this? You know, this should be fine. I will have my bestie monster do a thing. Actually, not yet. I will have my little Susie do a thing. Susie's a good girl. She got this. She'll help protect this side anyways. I believe in her. Yeah, she can face here. No pain. No fear. Maybe I can get rid of some of these dudes. No fear, though. You got this, Susie. Yeah, I believe in her. I believe in her so much, I feel like it'll be fine over here, too. Wait a second, I should see real quick. Now let that happen. I can bide a little bit more time. And let me just break this. I gotta make sure the people don't go poof. I will protect them. Protect them good, I will. Stop it, sirs! Can you just stop attacking the... Oh wait, actually no, it's fine. They're not attacking too much. No fear, no fear. No, stop attacking the dude! Get away, sirs! Stop it! Stop it! No! Quickly, run! Run! Stop almost tripping on your feet! Come on, dudes, just run! Run, my dudes! Run as fast as you can. Be good. No fear. No fear, no fear, no fear. Stop it! Stop attacking! Can you guys just, like, not do that? Let me get rid of this roadblock before any others. Stop it! Seriously, can you just, like, not? Can I heal you, sir? May I please heal you? No, I couldn't heal you, sir. I wish I could have. Oh, that's gonna be haunting. Aw, man. Sad. Was this one of the hidden stages? Let me look at my pictures real quick. I hope that wasn't. Okay, I don't think it was. So there's no huge fear. Maybe. You even defeated the reinforcements. I shouldn't have expected less from you, Talulah. What about all the other infected? They all made it in one piece. The backup safe house we found really came in great use. Have you done a head count yet? I did. Some of the kids were crying about how one of the older girls hasn't come back yet. It's sad, but this happens fairly often these days. Talulah, we found the rest of the patrol unit. Looks like they've just been running away the whole time. Which way did they go? East. Makes me wonder if they'll come across the folks we exiled. Talulah? Hold on, Talulah. Where are you going? Running. Boots soaked in freezing, chilling water. Legs sunk in white, blinding snow. Forgot to use the sleigh. Forgot to use a snowmobile. Melting all the snow. Dashing in the mud. A long trail on the earth. A long trail in the snow. Cold boring into the lungs. Pain piercing into the brain. Running. An endless snow. An endless winter. An endless world. A drop. Talulah stops in her tracks. Another drop. Tears drip down from the corners of her eyes. She does not notice the drops she shed. Alina lies there on the ground. She grips firmly onto the empty basket in her hand. Her clothes are dyed red with her own blood. The grass and the mud around her body, once pale white, have been dyed a dark shade no less intense or florid. The snow keeps falling relentlessly. Talulah, you should have went shopping with her. You should have taken her on a nice shopping date. No. Uh uh Talulah? Alina, I didn't want you to see me like this. Don't talk, Alina. Stop talking. Just don't talk. We need to stop the bleeding. Just hang on. I'm not bleeding anymore. It's just. In that case, let's go. We need to get you to the medics right away for a blood transfusion. It's okay. Don't worry. It's just. The things I traded for. Don't worry about those. They aren't important. Let's head back. I'll take you there. The Draco carries the Alephia on her back. Only now does she notice this little deer looks so delicate and light, but her weight is so unbearably heavy on her back. As heavy as the weight of this whole world. Stop. I won't. Who did it? Who did it? Who did this to you? Was it the patrol unit? The villagers? Those bastards. Those bastards. I'll burn them all. Wait, don't tell me. Was it the infected we exiled? Those ungrateful shitheads. No. If the shield guards gave them any rations. Talulah. Alina, I'm listening. Just tell me. I won't tell you. Why? Are you not going to at least give me the chance to avenge you? You mustn't. Don't you remember what you said to me yourself? You mustn't fight for revenge. You've already chosen Talulah. You've already chosen a path to follow. Giving up halfway, all because of me? I won't have it. Don't hold this against anybody. You mustn't. What are you talking about? What are you saying? How can I not? How am I supposed to not hold this against anyone? You told me yourself. You said yourself that you can't harbor hatred against anyone, or you'd be swallowed up by that old man who placed that curse on you. Even if those arts never existed in the first place, wouldn't you still be taken over by all those things that represented who he was? You told me that yourself. Right, but those people, those... You know where they came from, and why they did that. You said it yourself. Those people aren't our enemies. Stop, Alina. Don't speak. No, Talulah. Everything you said, I remember. So you must remember yourself. These aren't the people you need to crush. It's Ursus that drove them into that corner. It's Ursus and the world as it is. It's okay. That's enough, Alina. I get it now. Talulah, there is one thing you can detest. Everything they did, you can scorn. But never hate anyone. Do you agree with me? Do you think what I said is right? Are our lives meaningful at all? I don't know. I'm not sure what it was that we did wrong, but I know very well just what that curse is all about. Your rage can burn down the entire plane, but you mustn't hate. Alina. I'm worried, Talulah. I'm so worried. If I'm not here anymore, you must have Yelena remind you all this. Alina, stop. Don't go on. I don't want you gone. All of you need to be here with me. You, Yelena, Sasha, Enno, all of you. I don't want to lose any of you. Talulah, but all of us met so that we could part one day. The white-haired Draco keeps trudging on in the cold, endless snowfield. On her back, the Alethea girl trembles away, pausing only to take in deep breaths now and then. Snow drops down from the Alethea's horns. As Talulah slogs along, the snow-covered trees behind her begin to burn alight in silence. She has unknowingly begun to set her path ablaze. The snow fields before her eyes are vast and endless. On her back, Alina is the only warmth she can feel. Talulah feels each and every beat of Alina's heart through her back, and they grow weaker and weaker by the moment. She wants to scream, she wants to cry, she wants to squeeze everything she feels out of her lungs, as though it could erase all this from her body. But Talulah stays silent the entire time. Talulah. We'll be there soon, Alina. We're almost there. Don't close your eyes. Don't close your eyes. It's far. You don't need to lie. The snowstorm is growing. Talulah? I'm listening, Alina. Tell me, what's the matter? Snow is warmer than I ever imagined. I'm sorry. I still don't have all the things we talked about written down. It's okay, Alina. It doesn't matter. The children, Enno in particular, you need to... I'm listening. Go on, Alina. I'm listening. You need to do more than just talk to him. It's getting hot, Talulah. I don't want to die. I still haven't. Your sister. You must live on. I wonder who the heck were the ones who did that to Alina? Like which group? This will do it. Talulah will not remember what happens next. She has no memories of anything after that. She melted away each and every last thing she could have remembered, along with the snow. She leaves behind only a trail of flames, and with the exception of Alina, everything behind her is burned away in the inferno of her wake. And Talulah treks on in the snow toward her parting with her dear friend.
Talulah, you're finally back. You didn't answer our calls. What? Who's that on your back? She's not breathing. Medic. Get over here now. Talulah, just hang on. Talulah? What? She's walking right by. Where is she going? Talulah, you may be the leader here, but that doesn't make it any less serious to leave.
Wait.
Yelena?
Let her go.
Do you know the poor little girl?
Not really. I think she's a teacher at the settlement.
Oh, she's a teacher. Poor kids. That's another person they could look up to. Yeah, that's another person they could look up to, gone. But why is Talulah?
Everyone has secrets they want to keep to themselves. Whatever happened, it's hers alone to remember. I'm glad that Yelena was like, yo, shield guard. No, now's not the time. She's grieving over her lost wife. Nah, shield bro, just stay. With the Alethea still on her back, the Draco walks past the encampment. Their contours slowly begin to blur until they both disappear into the edge of the forest. No one knows what happened after that. They could only watch as the Draco walks into the darkness of the night. Man. That's a sad way for her to go out. And now it's this one. 1 exit and 4 entrances. I don't have to worry about dudes walking by, so this is fine. Kind of, sort of, for this type of thingy. Let me just think a tiny bit. Think. And I thought. So I shall bring Piobi because she's cute. And now let me stare at my team. I'll just keep Perfumer in here, why not? Silent Butcher. Oh, am I jumping right into a fight? Ooh, I have roadblocks. You know, I like... Oh no. Oh no, I gotta protect people. I hate protecting people. Oh no. Let me protect you, dude. Shoot. Come on, run. Run, my dude, run. Can you just, like, not do that, sirs? Okay. I know, right? What a way to start. And uh-oh. These dudes be speeding on by. And sirs, can you just not choose violence right now? Like, just not right now, please. Okay, and now how should I do this? Not like that. I'll take care of the guys up here. Okay, Susie, help protect the running dude. I'm glad there's no blocks to break. If I had to break them, that'd be even more annoying. Like, at this point, it's kind of fine. Oof, I do not like the way that guy's doing that. Never mind. Ouch. And there, it looks pretty good. I will keep Susie nice and safe. Oh no, it's another guy I gotta save. Okay. Running dudes, just keep running. Keep running. Do not trip, please. Just keep on running. Yeah, you got this. Just keep running. There he goes. He ran so good. Look at him running. Phew. Everyone lived, except for my enemies. Okay, now this one, which is... Malediction bound for retribution. 1 exit. I mean, 1 entrance, 2 exits. Well... That ain't too bad, except for the stairs, which are gonna haunt me. Otherwise, that's fine. Yeah, this be fine. Completely fine, yes. Actually, I'll put someone else instead of Hoshiguma. Hey, Chen, you wanna come here? My lovely bikini-clad warrior. And let's see... Let me refresh. Kyobi, come with me. Man. Like, I knew that Alina would go poof based on, like, how I never saw her with Talulah, but... That's a horrible way to go out. But they were together for a long time when they escaped. Like, how many years has it been since they left that village? Over 4 years, right? Am I speed farming for Gavial Altar? You know, I want her. I spent my gold certificates today to buy, all those summoning tickets. Because I need to get pity for the next limited. Because I want W. W is telling me no. She keeps rejecting me. I even bought her outfit. So to prove my love to her, I will pity just to get her on my side. Sobs. W, why you do this?
All these corpses have started to rot. They're W's men. A bunch of mercenary devils.
Ah, yes. Speak of the W.
This makes no sense. We haven't done anything to these guys. They were lynched, and clearly they were killed off in secret. When did all this internal cleanup begin anyway? No idea. My guess is it happened within the last few days. One thing is clear though. Tallulah's been planning this for a long time. Damn it! I can't believe we didn't see through her facade until it was too late. She really strung us along, that monster.
Oh, okay. They've been together for a total 6 years, 2 years in the village, 4 years in reunion. That's a healthy sounding time, but oof. Oof, if only she didn't go poof.
Regardless of whether they willingly obeyed her or not, it was Talulah who ordered the Sarkaz mercenaries to fight us. So is there a point to killing them off? What is she even trying to accomplish? Setting an example?
No, I doubt it. No one can threaten even a lone Sarkaz, let alone a whole group of them.
Yeah, that's right. They do say that the devils will kill whoever that dares threaten them. And if you ask me, the ones we have in the guerrillas are living proof of that. That makes no sense. Then, if these guys were killed because they stuck with W, then whose side is W on?
W is on whatever side W wanna be on. She's on the winning side, clearly. Well, maybe you'd like to take a little guess. I just might give you a little something if you get it right.
Stop where you are. Put your hands up.
Hey! Hey, W! Hi, girl! You wanna come to my Rhodes Island next time? Rosemontis visited me this time. She said my Rhodes Island is nice. Come on, W. Come on. You know you wanna. I have lots of instant noodles here. You can eat candy. I don't have spicy candy, but I have salty candy and sweet candy. I can buy you spicy candy. Come here, W. Come here. Come here. Now, let's not be hasty. Keep your weapons to yourselves. Wow, that's a big sword. New blood from Rhodes Island, I presume.
W.
Future operators I want to pull. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't look super far ahead. I know I want this one lady with a red dress that I happened to catch a glimpse of. I'm like, she cute. I want her. And for others, I of course want Gavial, for sure. Because she cool. I loved her event. She funny. I still gotta raise her normal self. Man. Sobs. My saving is going decent. I will resist going lots and lots of pulls per banner. I will throw a few tickets per banner if I like it, only if the banner interests me. Otherwise, I'm just gonna stare and cry. I think that's the one with the pretty red dress that I saw. But yeah, I saw a picture of her. I'm like, I want her. She cute.
It was you. You were the one who killed Scout.
Is that her? Then I'll avenge Mr. Scout. What are you talking about? Hold on, time out. Wait, kitty. You can kill me all you want, and I'll admit to anything I've done. But I'm not gonna take the fall for something I didn't do. And I gotta remind the Rhodes Island boy in reunion cosplay over there. Yeah, I can tell it's you. I remember you. Let me make this clear. I let you get away. Think about it. What good would it even do for me, turning you into the old man? Scout died for Rhodes Island. I took his life only because I didn't have a choice. Listen up. He could easily have gotten out of that without so much as a scratch. He just decided to put on a show with me for the reunion folks to keep you and the others alive. You think I wanted to kill him? Forget the fact he's a Sarkaz. You really think I would kill one of the last Sarkaz stealth masters left, one of the best elite marksmen out there, and above all, the guy who could have been the next Kazdo hero?
Liar.
What are you going off on me for? You little shit. How dare you go off on me? You know what? Now I'll really go off on you. If you were actually as good as you say, you could have killed the dragon lady right there, and we'd be dealing with a lot less dead people. Why else would I even kill Scout, someone I really respected? You think I'm some kind of a sellsword, don't you? Sure, I'll tell you. Yes, I am. It's true. But unlike you guys, I rank people by their worth. Scout was, and listen up. To me, he was worth more than anyone else, even back in Babel. I'd even say he's worth more than me. Aww. Aw, W, that's adorable. She really looked up to him. Aww. So, let me ask you this again. What is it about you that's actually worthy of his sacrifice? Huh?
You...
Ahem. Pfft. Put your hands up. And put your weapon down. I don't believe you. Look, I count myself plenty lucky I wasn't burned to a crisp by Talulah, or pinned against the wall and crushed to death by that monster Kelsey carries around. So, I seriously mean it. Can't you just leave me alone? Having the bigger gun doesn't make what you say more righteous. Otherwise, I'd be the just about most righteous person here, with how many people I've blown up. While we're at it, Kelsey said so herself. We're on the same side right now. I'm on your side. See? She's on the winning side. Our side. Good job, W. I even have a recording right here. Want to take a listen? And she even has the receipts. You go, W. Why are you in such a rush? Huh? What, kid? Do you read minds or something? Then how come you still don't believe me? Of course I'm in a rush. If I don't kill Talulah soon, everyone I care about is gonna die. The Sarkaz mercenaries have a fatal flaw. They don't ever give the situation any thought unless they're out to kill someone. Tell them to do something, and they'll do it. No questions asked. They don't care about themselves, and they don't care about other people's lives at all, let alone their own. My point is, if I don't go fetch them soon, they'll all be dead.
You can convince them.
Let's save that till Tallulah's dead. Alright, you wasted enough of my time already. Move aside, will you? Let me say just one thing. Make his death mean something.
Do I really have that right?
You do. Yeah, you do. You're still around because of everything my old pals did.
Ah, fine. Fine enough, Rosmontes, let her go.
You mean she's telling the truth? She protected Amiya and everyone else?
Trust me, and trust her this once. Just this once.
Okay. So, I'm good to go?
Scram! Don't ever let me see you again. Don't ever let me see you again.
Well, thanks, and don't worry. If I screw this up, you sure as hell won't ever see me again. So, looks like they're fine with it. What do you say, gorillas?
The captain told us you can't be trusted.
I think the old boy's right. I've told way too many lies. Truths, too. It's definitely not easy to pick anything meaningful out of my words. W, you may be sus, but I still want you on my side. I like you, W. I can't do anything about the way you guys see me, right? But no one wants to blow her up more than I do. I can promise you that. I'll also say this. You should stop staring at other people's backs so much. You don't get it. You have no idea just what went down with the devils. You have no idea what my mercenaries died for. So, don't you dare look at me like that. Huh? Did you people give the dragon lady that look too?
Going by your wounds, I can see you've already fought Talulah.
Haha, well, look at the eyes of this guy. Only took you about 10 minutes. I liked when W did her surprise attack. That was kind of funny. Like, surprise, I got bombs. Teehee. That's right. I fought her and I lost.
You're pretty heavily injured, and you had your ass handed to you. What are you even hoping to accomplish?
I'm alive. That's good enough. If the Rhodes Island bunny can't deal with her, then I'll give it another go and blow Talulah up again.
You don't stand a chance against her. If you want to die, suit yourself. We won't get in the way.
Buddy, I know how to make detours. You know I do. I certainly didn't expect to see you guys running around with Rhodes Island. But I actually went out of my way to come meet you here. I'm here to save your lives. Have you seen the bodies of my poor brothers strewn all around the ground here? Take a good look. My brothers. There's more than just civilians and reunion folks left in the city. The Ursus soldiers are wearing our clothes.
We've come across them already, and we are more than
ready? Seriously?
Go climb a tree.
I'm just trying to tell you the truth. And you know I don't do that often. You better not be ready to die. If Talulah's doing all this, she clearly doesn't give a damn about reunion at all. She wants reunion to die right here. Anyway, this is where we say our goodbyes. If luck's on our side, maybe all of us will still be alive when this is over. And if you don't believe me, then believe in your own luck, by all means. So, let's all hope it's good. Thanks, W. We're almost to the sarcophagus core. Are you worried about something? I'm worried I won't be able to protect you. Actually, Dr. Misaki, there will come a day where I won't be able to protect you. First, there's simply far more factions than anticipated fighting against each other. Their penchant for violence is no less destructive than a catastrophe's. And not only will that present unexpected problems, it will also bring with it deaths that we simply could not have anticipated. Even if we knew everything, it doesn't necessarily mean we would be able to change everything. It's precisely this that gave rise to so many tragedies, and it's also the beginning of many journeys. Secondly, Dr. Misaki, are you really worthy of my protection? Another one of your riddles, ... You don't think I'm worth protecting, Dr. Kelsey? But look at me. Look at me. I can eat noodles without letting them cool down, like a boss, you know? Boiling hot noodles, come on. Well, have I ever placed a curse on you, Dr. Misaki? You broke the curse, and now you're using it on me? Whether you are worthy or not is not for me to decide. Even if you aren't worthy, I will still do it. As for why, I suppose I will just have to tell you later on. It's because you love me. The herd.
Where are you two going? Home? Home?
One thing is clear. All the Sarkaz mercenaries in the core have turned. All operators, switch your self-cleansing devices on. Protect yourselves before you try to protect anyone else. Amiya? Are you really going to carry the burden of this unfortunate race's fate? We will put the zomboys out of their misery. Goodbye, zomboys. I gotta be wary of the stairs. Aw, man, that way too. That's annoying. But you know, it's fine, kind of ish. Uh-oh. Let's see. Eee! Well, I'll just have her do that for now. Yeah, this be fine-ish. I will put Thorns down here because he is a good boy and will protect the land. And I'll put Silver Ash up here because he is a good boy too. And on the other side, I will have my bestie Mudrock do a thing. You know, as one do when you're Mudrock. Oof, this is gonna hurt. Oh no. And then I'll have my bestie Susie do a thing here. Susie, you're the greatest. I believe in you. Oh no, the dude's going that way. Sir, where are you going? Sir? Sir? Sir, can you not choose violence this way? Can you just not? Sir? Stop it. Stop it. Phew. Big oof. I should start putting someone on that side. You know, that'd be smart. Or I can just get rid of my little cutie and put her here now. Mudrock, assert your dominance, please. Good job, Mudrock. Oh, it's just those dudes. No fear, yeah, there's no fear at all. You know, Silver Ash, you can just take a little break. Let's have my bestie Amiya join in. And there. All good.
This herd is incredibly tough. Not only do these mutated Sarkaz infected have much better healing capabilities than normal possessed infected, they're much more intelligent too. But that still doesn't give us any way to actually talk to them. They all seem so strange. Like they're all in some place else. Not only that, this type of mutation is an accident waiting to happen. The crystals form way too fast. The concentration of crystal dust in the air is the highest right here. That probably means that whoever is controlling the herd here has most likely taken over the sarcophagus of the Chernobog core city already.
Things are always happening in places we don't have our eyes on.
I really can't even begin to imagine what we'll be facing from here on out. I don't mind getting an earful for this later, Doctor, but I have to say this. This is way too difficult. What we are doing might just be suicide, and most importantly, I really don't think we have what it takes to save the city and Lungmen.
Let's not demoralize ourselves. There are still things we need to do. Chard, if memory serves, you have a family, don't you?
I'm surprised you remember, Doctor. You got one detail wrong, though. My wife and daughter don't care about me anymore, so I don't really have one.
Chard, have you ever thought about seeing them and start living with them once again?
I dreamed about it.
The first step to turning your dreams into reality is to give yourself the chance to dream. Stopping Chernobog isn't going to make life any harder for the infected. Give your daughter a chance, Chard. Give her the chance to see her father again.
I'll do as you say, Doctor.
You're just taking him for a ride. What I said may have been a lie. I don't think the world is going to become a better place overnight. And there's basically no way the infected will get to go back to their previous lives. But what I said could also be the truth. Suppose we leave this place right now. He will never have the chance to see his daughter again, regardless of whether his family or he himself die of other causes in the events that will transpire. And suppose we aren't able to solve the problem we are facing right now. Most broader academic research will forever remain theories and nothing more. The successes of those who put in the work is what gives us the right to continue. There are countless people trying to revolutionize the system for the infected, but all it takes is one failure, and not only will they forever lose the right to try that, they will never again have that opportunity again. If you need a more suitable metaphor, consider the concept life. Each time a major operation ends in success, we live to see another day. On the other hand, failure means death. There is no such thing as coming back from the dead in science. We only have one chance to save our lives. We will come to face many disasters, and it will be the end of us each time an accident happens. That's both ourselves individually or Rhodes Island as a whole. Disasters like Chernobog are bound to happen again and again. If we fail to solve a problem like that even once, we will die. On one hand, we have to stop the disease before it catches up and overwhelms all of us. On the other hand, we need to save ourselves from within this storm. I'm not singing Rhodes Island's praises. Not too much, at least. It's just, right here, right now, this is a problem that only we can handle. Most of us only get to live once. Once our lives are lost, it's gone forever. You mean there are people who get to live several lives? That's not really what I'm trying to say. What I mean is that there are people who haven't ever treasured their own lives. There are a lot of people who have never been around anything normal ever since they were born. Twisted places will only bear twisted fruits. The reason there is so much malice in Chernobog is precisely because there has always been malice, not kept in check there. Malice, or more precisely, all those chains of malice aren't going to disappear on their own. Each destruction, each killing, might only have been caused by a modicum of desire. In a lawless land, barbarism is simply left to breed rampantly on its own. And that is how it becomes a law of the land. And this kind of law is much stronger than the law you'd find in the cities. It's simply indestructible. That's violence. The violence that flows in our blood and veins comes from the parts of us left untamed by civilization. Listen. Did you hear that? Singing? How peculiar.
Originium arts don't usually interfere with my senses at all. All operators, put on your protective equipment. Dr. Misaki, something terrible might be happening. Based on the chaos we've seen along the way, we probably would have reached this conclusion all the same, but I'm afraid that we are about to face. Yeah, but I'm afraid what we are about to face might be far worse than what we could have ever imagined. Has it ever gone any other way? I wouldn't say it's always a foregone conclusion. Perhaps someone has placed a curse on either of us or the city. That being said, curses can be broken. If you plant the seeds of evil, the flowers of evil will blossom, bearing fruits of evil. If we water the earth with goodwill, and even if this parcel of land doesn't get any better, at least it wouldn't meet such a dreadful fate and be buried by a tragedy like this. It's a shame. You look in the same direction as Kelsey. Sarcophaguses look interesting. It's a shame that, as far as I know, evil is a vicious cycle that will only breed even worse malice, and fate is really kind to those who are kind at heart. I can't allow you to bring about yet another nightmare infected. Ooh, I'm not sure which side I'd rather, or like which group I'd rather be in for these. Like they're all facing different things that are all terrifying. Actually, Tallulah's probably scarier to go against. I think. Methinks. Let me look at this. Ooh, I do not like this. Oh no, I gotta protect multiple areas. I am not into that. Uh-oh. Well, that's gonna be a thing. Okay. Well, I will stare a tiny bit. Maybe I'll bring along a friend healer, you know? Nightingale, what do you do? I want to look at what you do real quick. That's a healthy range. I like that range. That's a good range. And let me just put in someone else besides Perfumer. I shall put down Hoshiguma. I'll keep... No, actually, I'll replace Dusk with... Irene! Irene, do a thing, please. Yeah. That might be fine. I'm gonna believe. Huichie. The snow hasn't melted, and spring hasn't come. It feels like this next spring is never going to arrive. Each time I lift my head up and see the candlelight, I just cannot help but to reach my hand out, to put it out, only to light it up anew in the darkness. Please go away soon, winter. If you don't go away soon, we'll be buried by all the snow. Please, I beg of you. February 21st. Talulah, is something wrong? What? You've been pretty gloomy the past couple months. Did something happen? Nothing, nothing at all. I haven't spent that much time with everyone here, but going by what I've heard from the others, I got the impression you used to be a bit more energetic. Hey, watch it, buddy. Talulah's not often down in the crowd like this. Why don't you try repeating what you just said to the captain and see if he appreciates it? Yeah, can't say I have the balls. Patriot isn't as scary as it sounds. The shield guards are all like this. Don't let it get to you. He just hasn't been taking much. He just hasn't been talking much because of his throat problems lately. And his silence can be intimidating. As for how I'm doing, don't worry. Yeah,
I just have a lot going on in my mind. Our team is getting closer and closer to the Ursa cities, and there's a lot we need to thrash out. I probably give you that impression because I've been really trying to rack my brain.
Yeah, you're right. We're running low on provisions, and we don't have enough manpower. If this goes on, we aren't going to last much longer.
That's right. And that's why we need to pay extra attention to what all the outside forces are up to. First of all, we need to make contact with the local infected groups and diaspora as soon as we can. And aside from that, there are bound to be people trying to track us down. If we take even one wrong step and fall into the trap, all of us will have end up in a snowy grave. That doesn't sound good. Of course it doesn't. But as long as we plan our route carefully, we won't find ourselves in that situation. So that's why the most important task we have at hand is to minimize our losses. Breaking up our teams might conceal our movement better, but then communications will become a problem.
Oh right, we can't use those comms we took from the Ursus. We don't have their transmitters.
This will put our liaisons and recon units in unnecessary danger. It's a drain on resources to train someone to use the guerrilla's code words. If we want to distribute whole sets of comms to everyone, we'll need to get our hands on the prototype somehow.
Talulah, Talulah, our recon units were ambushed. That's nothing. Why do you need her to clean you? Shut up. This is nothing like we've faced. Poor bastard fell over before any of us even figured out who the enemy was. They pinpointed our recon caster and ambushed him with the exact precision. We've never seen anything like that from the patrol units. Whenever something concerns our teammates, we can't just brush it aside. Yeti, take me there.
Shield Guard, we might have encountered an Ursus army platoon. Come with me.
Yes, ma'am.
Remember, even if they are just an advance team, be extra careful. If something goes wrong, we might have a large-scale retaliation waiting for us. We need to avoid that at all costs.
Understood.
Runner, inform Patriot immediately. Right now, she's just down in the dumps. Though she'll probably get scarier later.
Tell Frost Nova right away. Kondrasha. You. Hang in there, Yeti. What? What just happened? Quick, set him down here. Take that goddamn spear out. What's going on? That black spear grew out of his body? No, it can't be. The Empire's monsters? What are they doing here?
Hiss.
What? Think you're all that? I'll show you what for. Let's go, get him. Stop. What are you doing? Why are you stopping me? You have no idea. You have no idea what you're facing. You don't even know what exactly he is. And you want to get yourself killed?
Hiss.
What are you so freaked out for? We've got this many people at our side.
Smash his shield into the ground to assert dominance.
Do you want to get yourself killed? That's the goddamned Ursus Royal Guard. To think the shield guards have fallen this low. Take my advice. Kill yourselves now.
I don't want to fight him. He's scary. Now he asserts dominance with his hissing.
All shield guards, back in formation. Protect the other soldiers. Remember, don't give him any openings.
Hiss. No, stop it. Go back to the garden, sir.
There is fear abound in the air. The infected next to you isn't ready at all. I... Don't be afraid. The more afraid you are, the more likely he will kill you. He may attack at any moment, eyes open. Don't take your eyes off him for even 1 second. Looks like I'm leaving empty-handed again. These 3 cities need to be cut off from the information net for being completely useless. Infected? Um, what are you so smug for? You... Surrender to the local garrison, or I will slice all your mouths and noses off and bring them with me. Mouths and noses? Isn't that... The liches. The face-rending liches. I thought that was a made-up fairy tale. You mean, we're looking at them right now? The liches that slice faces off of bodies after killing everyone, leaving behind nothing but a bunch of nameless corpses in the forest? How long have these guys been around? I first heard the story that they could only be liches. No, they aren't legends. And they aren't the demons in the fairy tales. They're murderers and executioners. How are we even supposed to fight liches? We're no match for these guys. We're just people, just normal people. The infected called himself normal. Huff. You... Help me. Don't run away. All of you, stay right where you are. You'll die if you run. He's not even human. How are we supposed... I'll kill anyone who runs. What? Like it or not, you're now in the same boat as everyone else. If the defense line falls, everyone will die. They are nowhere near as terrifying as you think. They're still made out of flesh and blood. Not even the royal guards can take down the shield guards' layers of defense without a tough fight. But if you're scared, you will become their breakthrough. They'll start with you when the killing starts. We're both among the strongest forces in Ursus, and yet the shield guards choose to oppose us and stand with the infected. How foolish. These are truly unfortunate times. He's unsheathing his blade. Shield guards, shields up! Hold! Hiss! He's not attacking. Something is burning. I can smell it. He can smell it through his mask? My body's starting to warm up. Could it be? She's here? She's here! She's here! Relax, everyone, she's here. Even the liches are no match for her flames. Don't let your guards down. The royal guards aren't. You wanted to bring who's and what back with you now? Huff. You hurt my people. If you turn to violence, then we will return the favor. With violence. I see you. 372236. Code words. Code words. What are the Ursus Royal Guards doing here? Huff. Talulah, you shouldn't have come. You should have waited for the captain. You want to know why we are here. We are here because we are looking for the Duke's daughter. In other words, you. We need to assess the situation.
The sound of the snow falling to the ground is crisp and clear. What did you just call me?
The Duke's daughter. And bear this in mind, given your social standing, surely there are more civilized vocabularies you could use to refer to us. Huh?
Whose daughter did you just call me?
You deny the truth. As you are, won't do. You think I'm the daughter of a snake? Anger. And it stems from your irritation. You want to run away from the truth.
The Emperor's blade? Spit. You came all the way here today to mock me? Or are you here to kill me? Hiss.
Protect Talulah. My brothers, the rail guards may be fierce, but there's only one of them. We have Talulah leading the charge, and will hold the line. with the rest of you supporting us, will definitely. My infected brothers? The Duke's daughter? What is he talking about? Yes. You didn't tell them who you really are. Is this part of your plan? Plan? What plan? How dare you mock her? You better watch who you're talking to before you try to provoke someone and turn people against her, Executioner. My identity has nothing to do with the goal we are working toward here. You can only turn one against another if there existed trust between them in the first place. I doubt there is any trust between you and the rest of them. I can only surmise you believe the trust they have for you will remain unscathed even after they come to know who you really are. All that coming from a masked villain that carries out covert massacres at the Ursus Empire's behest? I am afraid no one here needs to be criticized by your kind. Your words are strong and confident. If this is as you expected, very well. I must reassess the situation. I bid you goodbye then. Remember this well. There is one thing we share with the people standing around you. We have no trust in you. You must take action to earn even the tiniest trickle of trust. Stop. Yes. You have a question? You attacked my people. You know we are here. Am I perhaps misunderstanding you? Who are you trying to rat out our secrets to? Huff. Which secret? Soldiers, we can't let him give away our location. Talulah, are you confident you can defeat a royal guard? If we don't do this, we'll face even more losses down the line. We'll have the patrol unit and even the Ursus army hunting us down day and night. It takes the royal guards time to respond to our actions. Only if we bring the enemy in front of us under control now will we have the choice between retreating or pressing forward later. If we want to be able to pick, we have to act now. Besides, while we may need to raise our guards against him, we have no reason to fear him. He represents fear, but fear doesn't stand a chance against our anger for our unjust treatment. She's right. The guerrillas have no reason to fear the Empire's murderers. How can we still call ourselves the Aegis of the Infected if we just tremble in fear? A lone man is no match for all of us, united. He's just a lone executioner, nothing more. You are mistaken about one thing. I am not here alone. There is one more of us behind you.
Behind? A figure wearing a large overcoat stands solemnly on the path Talulah just took. Each and every flake of white snow, falling from the gray sky up above, abruptly turns black as it lands on his coat, before disintegrating and scattering across the ground as ashes.
There's two of them? So what? Just the two of you trying to cut off the dozens of us? Ridiculous! Daughter of Kashje, allow me to postulate that you've come to the following conclusion. Your peers will not be suspicious of you merely because of your identity. Then let us verify the results. If your judgment proves correct, then the promise your father made to us shall be considered void. If your judgment proves incorrect, then the promise your father made to us shall be considered void. What is he talking about? What are you people daydreaming about? Snap out of it! They're not just after Talulah. What? Do you think these murderers will just let the rest of us go when she's dead? Protect Talulah! No, protect the soldiers. First, push them back. After that, secure a way out. Finally, protect yourselves.
Don't think too hard about it all right now. Just do everything you can to stay alive. After all, there's nothing we can do if we aren't alive. If they kill us here, it'll all be over. Live.
What you said could not be more different than how your father would see it. I'm afraid you may only prove to be a disappointment, leader of the Northern Tundra infected. I'm not a leader. I'm just an infected. I have no reason to impress you.
Oh man, facing one for the Kelsey event was already. 2 is overkill, my dude.
Budrokasti, will you stand up? Will you stand up against us for her? Come, show me how this new crop of royal guards fights.
You know, if we can have him on our side, that's fine. I'm cool with that.
Let me see it. The power you used on the demons. Show me the lands coursing through your veins. With just the two of you, there is nothing you can do to kill me. Wendigo, all we want to do here is to get a feel of how far the budding young snake has become. We won't take either of your lives. That said, even though you might be able to keep yourself alive, if we were here to kill her, would there be anything you could actually do to save her from our blades? Come, don't look at her. Face me.
Hiss. And of course, she's just walking there menacingly. You know, as one due to assert dominance, yo. Ugh, so many of them. Please take your time, sirs. 18, 19, and then I put my boy out. No, my boy went, or my girl went poof. No, the little bears. Oh no, I didn't realize they're gonna start walking around like that. Well, it's fine, you know. If a few get through, I mean, one get through. Okay, and then I put down Silver Ash for even more help. And at this point, it should be fine. I'm just gonna believe and hope for the best, you know, as one do. Talulah, what do you do? Oh no, stop. Don't appear here, sirs. If you start appearing there, that's cheating. That is full on cheating. Humph. And then let me put... I will put her here. I'll put a healer out here, because you know healing is good. Healing makes you feel healthy. Actually, healer here. What does this do? Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm scared Susie's gonna accidentally break the thingy, so I'm not gonna put her there. I don't want the blocks to go poof. I like these blocks. For now, anyways. These are good blocks. Talulah, you're gonna go poof right now. I'm sorry, girl. I couldn't protect you this time around. Don't walk up to them. Come on. Come on, Talulah. Just stay behind. Stay behind me, Talulah. Then all will be fine. So, I got this. Oh, the cage is taunt? That's good to know. Hey, revenge! Hiss is right. 7, 8, 9. I guess I kinda have to get rid of the thingies at this point. No fear. No fear, no fear. Oops. No fear, no fear. No fear, no fear, no fear, no fear. No fear, never fear. I believe in you, Thorns. Thorns is a good boy. He got this. I will start getting rid of those, even though it hurts me to think about getting rid of them. 1920. There, and I brought him out. Just because I don't want Talulah to go poof, you know? This side's gonna hurt more, so I'll do that. You know, I'll prepare myself over here. And just in case they get on this side, you know? Like that guy. Then later on I gotta bring up my little cutie. Talulah, stay there. Stay. Stay. I'm glad I trapped her. And now she's walking past to assert her dominance because, you know, she just wants to do that. Talulah, can you just not? Please. Just stay here, okay? Come on. No walking any further. No. You do not walk any further, okay? Okay, Talulah? Are you fine with that, Talulah? You better be okay with that. Well, my bestie Amia's here to help you out a little bit. Just in case, you know. Susie, please help before Talulah walks any closer to them. I don't want her to walk on top of the bleeding thing. That's just gonna be painful, you know? Talulah, stop it! Don't walk over that! Talulah, no. Stay. Stay. Talulah, what are you doing? Can you walk back, actually? Just walk back a tiny bit, please. Good job, Susie. Protect Talulah. Come on, Talulah, just quickly walk. You got this. Bye, Talulah. Bye. Bye-bye. Get the hell away. Such potential. Hiss. I should take off my hat to you. Alas, I forgot to bring my cap with me today. Ha. Ha. It's pointless to keep fighting. We are merely protectors of Ursus. You may take your men with you. Live on as a protector of these infected, if that is what you wish. Let us take what we must to realize our respective goals. I find that reasonable. You call yourself a protector, but who did you ever protect? All nations have men who call themselves protectors. There are many things that need to be protected, and also far too many men who call themselves protectors. Most of them are corrupt and incompetent, yet the rest of us excel precisely because of things we protect. We are protecting Ursus's future. You think that will cover up everything you've done? You've committed more crimes than anyone can ever count. He drove You drove Simong City into the lakes, and not even a single person got out of the Elafia village. I can name all the atrocities you committed, one by one, and let the whole world know all that you've done. And you dare to brag to me about your country's will? Your foolishness will one day be crushed by reality. All societies will at some point have to bring out their lashes and whip their laziest and most simple-minded members. That being said, we are blades, not whips. If cutting off branches that do nothing but suck the tree dry of nutrients was a crime, then yes, that makes us evil. You said you will expose our atrocities. That merely tells me you're unable to confront us, not to mention how likely the way you see things will change. If I walk towards you, I suppose you will take a step back. Talulah, stay back. Protect the soldiers. Ursus's beneficence. Ursus's beneficence is of equal weight to its devilries. When you stand up against our evil deeds, you must also face all the good that we have done. All of it. A nation cannot be measured by good or evil. Nothing is worthy of discussion on this metric. Perhaps it is not realistic to expect you to reach his heights and fully grasp his wisdom so soon. But if everything is as he said, then perhaps we will come for your advice when the day comes. Right now, aside the potential and the seeds hidden in you, you have nothing. The Empire isn't something you can understand. Volry. Wait, Volry, no. It can't be. "36. Code word. Wendigo. Two royal guards by their lonesome aren't enough to kill me. If you want to make an enemy out of me, you better bring a third man with you next time." "Captain! Shields forward! Push!" "No, Patriot, no!" "There are 5 royal guards here, counting the ones still trying to put up a fight with my daughter, over on the other side. The royal guards I knew would never waver or pussyfoot around. Tell me, how confident are you in your strength?" "We don't want to be your enemy." "Wendigo, you are a legend known to a few of us in the Empire's army. Even if the common folk of the nomadic cities have long forgotten, all of us still remember the tales our forebears told us. You have my respect, Wendigo." "Ah, so you follow her. Lying has become second nature to the soldiers of the tundras. It's hard to know what to believe. So it's the truth then. You are infected." "It shouldn't have come as a surprise that I am fighting for the infected. That's not right, Wendigo. This plan will fail. There are lots of infected in the country. Fantasies do not come true just because more people believe in them. Before you write this off as a fantasy, how many of Ursus's defeats and victories have you personally participated in?" "You're right. My generation hasn't seen much action. Therefore, I'm inviting you to join us. Ursus Captain Boldrokusti. I ask you to come with us. Ursus needs you." What's that?" "What?" "Having fought under the command of the last emperor for over 100 years, surely you must remember Ursus's greatness in those times. Was it a prosperous and marvelous era? Everyone united under the banner of Ursus, regardless of race, and they all fought for its future. Enemies far and wide fell to our blades and cannon fire, and we stood undefeated in the battlefield. I am far from the only one who wishes to return to those glorious times. All of us want to see again an era when all men are brothers and share the same deep hatred for their enemies. We can bring all those greedy countries to part with the lands they stole,
and give the downtrodden the chance to regain their dignity under the glory of Ursus. We conquer not to annihilate, but to rebuild. We gave this world a new lease on life. Let us rebuild that era, with all people united, facing all the storms that come our way together. I do believe it's far better than living our days on the tundra, toiling away. Try saying that to the Ursus folk, who toil so oppressed, they can't lift up their heads. No one has it easy. Such is the cruelty of the times we live in. Life is difficult for Ursus citizens as well. The lack of order, the loss of power, and the destruction of morals, these are all mistakes. These are all mistakes. Yeah, these are all the mistakes that ruined Ursus. And we know where the problem lies. We can fix these problems. Nonsense! You may ask your leader and see if he believes us. You... Bujukusti. We can set Ursus on the right path. You've got one thing wrong. I'm not their leader, not anymore. She's the leader. Ask her if she believes any of that. I fought with your fathers. Your strength and tactical acumen are no less impressive than theirs. But you look at the Ursus of those times with such rose-colored glasses. What you see is nothing more than your wild fantasies. You cannot deny the glory of that era. Everything you did tied you back to Ursus. Even your title symbolizes your desires and aspirations. Let me ask you this then. Is there a place for the infected in that Ursus you're trying to forge for this emperor?
Those positions bestowed upon you as favors are just fickle illusions, nothing more. Just like those fantasies of yours.
Talulah,
Yes.
you are right. Perhaps things will be different with the help of you and your men.
What are you talking about?
Blades do not make promises. Weapons do not ever make promises. But I believe the infected are a force that Ursus should have possessed in the first place. All of you should strive to become a symbol of Ursus's glory, and the infected who oppose Ursus shall perish. As for all of you, if you are willing to take up arms for Ursus, it will be recognized as a glorious and noble deed.
Talulah can hear the men whispering around her. The murmurs have never been louder.
Just because I don't oppose your theories doesn't mean that I agree with them. Such simplicity is a kind of arrogance. Perhaps you've come to enjoy having this kind of authority. The kind of free-wheeling authority that tells you everything you do is to build a better future. What gives you the right to brag about glory? In that case, if you're fighting for the minority, on what basis are you saying you deserve the majority's endorsement? What is so righteous about your fight for the infected?
The biggest similarity between Talulah and Chen right now to me is that they both attract the waifus. You know how Talulah got Alina, Chen got my favorite Dorito, Hoshiguma, which is a win. And they both are super stubborn.
In that case, if you're fighting for the minority, on what basis are you saying you deserve the majority's endorsement? What is so righteous about your fight for the infected? Surely, you will be able to give me an intelligent answer, Wendigo. What does justice even have to do with how many people you've got? Royal Guard, I will ask you just one question.
Sorry, I thought something was on my floor. I'm like, what the heck is moving on my floor? Please don't be a centipede. I do not like getting bitten by centipedes, so I gotta look out. Centipede bites are ouchies, but I don't see where that thingy moved around, so I think it's fine. Yep, no fear, no fear.
Royal Guard, I will ask you just one question. How many people actually loved the Emperor in those days? Was the number high or low? Pff. And did the Emperor's death have anything to do with you? If I answered it had nothing to do with us. Pff. It looks like we won't be coming to an understanding. In any case, my leash is past. Ursus now belongs to someone else, and what I follow now is merely an ideology. Her ideology.
Patriot helps Talulah up as though she, too, is his family, both right at this moment and for the years to come, until the day when he loses her.
Hiss. Why her? Because we know each other well. Perhaps the road you described is indeed a yellow brick road, but I'm afraid I've already made my decision. I chose the infected. A soldier serves his country and his beliefs, not its tyranny. That is why I will destroy this empire and ignite a war of righteousness. We too need the support of the infected, and we are also fighting for a just cause. Why do you refuse us then? Is it because you believe the path the reunion is taking you is better than the unity and reform we seek? Because it's more efficient? Or is it perhaps because it hurts the Ursus common folk less? No, it's simply because the war has already begun, and I need to see it through to the end.
The art style is nice.
Even the emperor I served, as benevolent and kind as he was, never accepted the infected, and these promises are now nothing but lies to me. If you could truly unite the infected, then we wouldn't have a war. It is our hope that the infected will unite under your lead. If you actually wanted us to unite them, you wouldn't need me. Enough, royal guards. I've already walked the path you were singing praises of, and that's why I don't believe there are any better choices out there. If you tell me you had that kind of foresight, it just tells me you haven't yet faced the irony of fate. One day, you will understand, just like the 20 royal guards who died in the Valley of the Setting Sun. They were killed in the tundras at the hands of the foes of other races. It's much better than dying at the hands of your countrymen. Royal guards, I am a traitor. I betrayed the Empire. There is no room for us to reconcile. A declaration is nothing more than that, a declaration. Even if that is what you believe, Wendigo, what about the people standing behind you? Will they trust her as much as you do? Even if they revere your might and your honesty, how will you assure them they are not just worshipping a powerful idol? Is an evil idol able to shelter them better, or is an idol who lets herself be trampled upon more preferable? I hope you aren't trying to use the former as a metaphor for someone whom I respect. Reality is far colder than the flurries of the northwestern tundra, Wendigo. Once you lose power, you find yourself at the mercy of those who are capable. And the first ones to make that move might not be your enemies. Perhaps they know not who Cache is, but they know what a duke is, and they know the duke's daughter will one day become the duchess. The people around you are not like how you see them. Her strength will one day come to rival yours. She will be no less resourceful, and her cunning will be on another level. I take it you are complimenting her? No, Wendigo, no. You haven't been an Ursus citizen long enough. You don't understand. I'm talking about Cache. Just because one inherits the knowledge of corruption doesn't mean they too will fall to it. The footmarks she left on the tundras is proof that she won't meet the same fate as the old snake. Hiss. Huff. I've heard stories that you dote on young people, or perhaps pamper is the better term. I will always have respect for those that are truly worth respecting, now and always, from the moment they were born and through the years, even after their deaths. Leave.
I mean, of course, Patriot started liking Talulah at this point. Because she's besties with his daughter, you know? And Yelena's basically Talulah's second wife at this point, right? So he's approving.
Bojokusti. Leave, right now. I won't hold it against you for attacking our soldiers for the time being, or I could kill you two right now. Wait for the royal guards to come and collect your bodies, and go to war with them until only one side remains. Even if we find ourselves on the losing side. Ah, Wendigo, I'm afraid I cannot spill any more secrets. Our warning isn't merely a rhetorical tool, Bojokusti. We can only mourn for you. When we find ourselves fighting against each other on the battlefield, I should find myself mourning for you instead. That day won't come, Wendigo. That day won't come. Farewell, Patriot. This day has been unfruitful. How regretful. I should add, Talulah, we look forward to seeing your improvement on the battlefield. You should lead them. You are more than up to the task.
Daddy.
Yelena.
Ha. We fought them off. Together with the Yetis. We fought off one of them. But did they retreat on purpose? Was there 5 of them altogether? I couldn't protect my team by myself.
You did fine. You will do better next time.
I will. Definitely. What happened here? Why is everyone... Talulah? What happened to the shield guards?
Captain, what they said just now. They traced some imaginary tracks in history. From that, they determined that the future will be the same as the past. That their statuses decide what the future will hold. That is itself a kind of arrogance. I can vouch for her, but I'm not sure everyone can come to accept that just yet. So I ask you to keep this under wraps for the time being. We know, we all understand, we all know what kind of person Talulah is. But, were they telling the truth?
Don't tell me. What are you thinking? You already said it yourself. A person's upbringing can't determine how you see. It's true. Talulah. I was raised by the nobles to one day take over. There's your answer. Anything else?
My leader.
Please, Patriot, I told you not to call me that. Let's pack it up here. Faust and the crossbowmen still have training after this. You're joining them, aren't you?
As long as you do not disappoint with your character, I will support you to the very end. Yeah, I will support you until the very end.
Yeah. Talulah, my dad supports you. I won't tell you to do the same for me, Yelena. You don't really think. Give me a piece of candy. Here. I never thought you'd ask me for one of these. Let's get going. Let's pack it up, everyone. If you want to know more, I'll tell you everything. Soldiers? Talulah, what is it that you're planning? I want to eat the candy. I want to taste the spicy candy. Like, is it sweet spicy or is it sour spicy? I mean, they both sound good. Ooh, is it a boss fight now? Awakening, a dream's end. You know, boss, if you walk through, it's fine. That's the one where you can walk through, right? Methinks. And I'll take a sip of water before I go. How's it going? Decent during the day. And during the storyline for Arknights, sad, but you know that's expected. I'm just glad I don't have to help out Shield Bros right now. Shield Bros and keeping Talulah super healthy. Phew. Delicious water.
The Ursus assholes are hiding amongst the infected and the mercenaries. Their disguise is reunion. Keep an eye out. Unless you see paint somewhere in their body, don't let a single one of them get away. If they dare to take a step aside, kill them on the spot. The reunion folks are only here because they were talked into this mess. Do we really have to kill them? Save that question for yourself. We'll see what you think in a few minutes, when you find yourself getting stabbed in the back. Guard, the enemy's putting up way too much of a fight. Reunion isn't supposed to have this kind of firepower. Then, what kind of firepower are they supposed to have? If we were able to give all of our mortar gunners the newest weapons, we probably could have taken the city down directly without the catastrophe. They don't care about covering their tracks anymore. They're trying to rush inside at all costs. If that's the case, why didn't Talulah keep them close to her? Because she's afraid. She's afraid we'd see through their identities and their plans. Not even she would be able to cover everything up if there were too many people. Besides, those aren't the kind of weapons you can just pick up and take around. They probably had all those weapons stashed across the core city long ago just for times like this. Just for times like these when everything falls apart. They were designed to deal with us from the start. They want to kill all of us, but they're wrong. We'll be the ones doing the killing today, not them. Hold the line. Forward. What are you doing? You want to leave the battlefront? Rhodes Island. Take a better look. We are the battlefront. Wherever we are, that's where the battlefront is. Forward. That isn't going to work. Our teams can't keep up. We'll hold the line and find an opportunity to take them out. Then you'll keep up. Phantom Crossbowman, can you do this? We don't really have much of an advantage without the captain. But you can do it. Right. Captain Faust was willing to throw his life away for the rest of us. If Rhodes Island's rabbits can really help us get revenge for him, we're more than willing to put our lives on the line.
No. You don't need to.
You're from Rhodes Island.
I just need to bomb their position directly, right? Radian, if you're reading this, help me jam their signals. I just need their headphones to blow up for a moment. Yep, just a sound, not an actual explosion. You can blow their ears up too if you want. Okay, in 5 seconds? 4 seconds? Phantom Crossbowman, get ready.
What?
3. Guard, have your teams break up.
I'll trust you this once.
Shield guards, take your shields down.
You'll be out in the open.
It's okay.
But the guerrillas...
1.
If someone's willing to put their life on the line for us, then we'll put our lives on the line for her too. Look, all the bastards pretending to be reunion passed out all of a sudden.
3. There is a question that Guard has asked himself many, many times. He finds himself wondering this once again. There are many operators in Rhodes Island with astounding powers, and with those powers, they can easily influence the outcome of the battle. How should he look upon these formidable allies? Once, he got an answer from Ace, he got an answer from Scout, and now he's found yet another answer in Rosmontes. As her massive swords begin to bear down on the enemy's artillery, and as the Sarkaz mercenaries begin to raise the crossbows in their hands, Guard can't help but yell out of his lungs.
Shield guards, shields up! Protect Rosmontes!
Together, they are a squad. They need to be protected. They need cooperation, and they need understanding. They are people. People who are fighting gallantly, just like him.
Got them. You've got pretty sharp eyes, kid.
Thanks, guard.
Don't thank me. Just keep doing what you're doing.
All shield guards, squad members, and infected. And my friend, my family. We will make it home. We will defeat them, and Emil will defeat Talulah. Then, we'll all go home together. Where am I? I should go back. It's a little cold. What's up with those black shadows? Oh, I remember. I remember now. They were freezing to death, so I gave them something. It's cold here. What did I give them? I don't remember. I think it was something important. I think someone might have told me to never give it to anyone else. But then, why did I give it away to them? Was it not important to me? Probably not. If it gets too cold, I would probably disappear too. I know why. It's because that's what my friends would do. My friends. There was a guy who was really strict. I wonder if he saw me as a friend. There was someone who sang to me. It's been a long time since I heard her sing. There was someone who looked really scary, but she makes really good food. There was a girl. She was the dearest to me. She was the one who told me where I could go. But I don't understand. I really don't understand. There was also someone who really talked at all. Something is coming. There are lots of black shadows. What are they doing? Do they want my life too? Right, life. Life is precious. Is that so? Is life useful at all? The black shadows are getting really close. Are they here to take my life away? Just what is that? Take a step back, Doctor. Don't get any closer. We got here too late. That is an infected no longer. It's something else. Poor fellow. Even I have only seen a case like this just once. The caster and the victims were fused together. Their bodies and originium formed a mountain, and from it bloomed a kind of really fragile flower. The dust spread in the wind, and whoever that traveled through that cursed place found themselves infected. Not only that, but anyone who was unfortunate enough to become new hosts and ended up spreading the suffering and death. It doesn't sound like you're just talking about the past. Oof. Rhetorics would merely be insults to this tragedy. Everything that I say is the truth. The source of the infection was as lively as poison. Its effect on life doesn't stop naturally. At the time, I swore to myself that I would keep something like that from ever happening again. Yet things really turn out the way you want them. I've come to notice that these things will just keep happening over and over right before my eyes. Low moans. It seems like it's fallen into a deep sleep. It's just venting unconsciously. That Sarkas heard was probably not under its control only because it wasn't trying to control them in the first place. Freedom. It's ironic to think that a herd could be free. Humming. I knew it. This is the culprit of the Originium Dust super spreader event. This isn't good. If this is how all the Sarkas herd are going to turn out, the losses will be beyond measure.
Its dust isn't just some simple originium arts anymore. It might even infect normal people. It wasn't pretty. The originium clusters blooming across the cities. If I can help it, I don't want to see anything like that ever again. Dr. Misaki, we need to subdue that thing first, stop the hurt from growing, and prevent the infection from spreading. Man, Kelsey's seen a lot during her days. Is that... Do you know what it is? Yeah, can't say for sure, no. Can't say for sure. Doctor, I don't know what's going on in your mind. Dr. Misaki, I'm a doctor, not a judge. This world is suffering from disease. If no one treats it, what do you think will happen? Of course, living things usually have immune systems, and suppose the world does as well. It might be able to recover from the disease on its own. But we can't live in an even more barren world. That will only cause it to weaken, and we will die because of that. As for the infected before us, hissing sounds. Let me get this out of the way. Even if a disease is seen as untreatable, to us, doctors, death is far from a foregone conclusion. Until an effective cure is found, the patient's life is under serious threat. That's how we see it. There is one thing that a doctor will never believe, even if it's what the whole world believes. The disease is untreatable. That's an excuse, and one that should never be used by us doctors. It doesn't matter what kind of predicaments we find ourselves in. I will never use my medical knowledge in any manner that can be considered inhumane. From the moment all life is born, they all possess dignity. No matter how society at large sees them, treating patients with apathy will always be my calling. That is why I will never give up on life, especially those that can be cured. Yet, we as doctors will never deny that there are precautions that must be undertaken to prevent diseases from reaching even more people. The infected cannot become the tools of others. No one may control other lives. If I don't do anything at all, that will become a goal, a weapon, an excuse. If we leave it be, then we won't be able to take our revenge against Ursus. On the contrary, Ursus's wounds will become the wounds of others. We cannot leave a struggle of pain simply be. There are some diseases that normal medical personnel cannot cure. All the things that the world imposes on them will only rain down on others several times over every now and then. That's about everything a doctor can do. If we are to save even more lives, whining sounds, then we need to make a decision. Silence. The operator's breathing can be heard clearly through the filtration systems they are wearing. Which is why our goal is without a doubt undeniable. Dr. Misaki, we need to halt the core city's power supply, but before that, to prevent another catastrophe from happening, we need to take care of the herd that's growing in numbers by the minute. Monster, arise. We don't have much time left. With how it turned out, we can't even say we are delivering anyone from harm. The Sarkas herd's fate is sealed. All Kelsey can do is stand there in silence and stare at the white crystalline being that can no longer be called an infected. How many scars are there on your body? She asks. There is no way to tell whether she is asking the trembling creature or herself. The white creature spreads its arms. What do you want? It tries to walk forward, but its fragile wings are unable to support its own body. There are sounds trickling out of its throat, like a river of terror formed of whimpers. Something really doesn't feel right about this. What a beautiful creature. If only I could throw a Pokeball at you. Creatures of artificial nature can usually be traced back to aesthetics. Back to aesthetics. Yet don't be fooled by its appearance. No matter how beautiful it may seem, you are looking at the culprit behind the surrounding devastation. It's singing. Uh-oh, no fear, no fear. Awakening, a dream's end. Time to catch me a bird. Special infected Mephisto. The circumstances you found yourself in, and your own actions fed upon each other, and your body is the perfect example of where that has led you. This is neither a court nor a place of enlightenment. We are neither judges nor clerics. We have to dispel your influence and eliminate the possibility that you will become a biological weapon. Anything that happens beyond that is of no concern to me. Until then, let us fight. Let us fight against this tragedy until the very end. I know, right? What happened in that sarcophagus? Like, it wasn't even that bad in the sarcophagus they found me in, right? Because they found me in a sarcophagus, right? When grabbing me. I think that's how it was. No, I let someone through. Oopsies. Goodbye, sir. Was this the one where I had to let him through anyways, though? Oof. You know, I'm gonna redo that one. That triggered me. Ouchies. Oof. Man. Let me look at my notes real quick just to make sure. Yep. Boss can go through. Boss can go through, though. Others I can't say for sure, but boss, yes. I gotta be careful about using Susie then, because Susie's gonna make the boss go poof. I must not choose pure violence. And now I be good. Be good, self. And not activate her skill until she destroys that thingy, that person. That one dude. Resist using the thing. Resist, self, resist. Okay, you resisted enough, self. In this case, let's see. Ooh, this looks good. That's a good healer. Come here, bird. Just go through. I'll let you through, bird. You are fine with me right now. Since I gotta let you through anyways. Oh gosh. Oh no. Do not get rid of my healer. No. Birdie. Birdie, bird, why you do this? Oops. Oh man, that is bad. Oof. Not sure when I'm gonna watch it when I have time. And oof. This is just painful. Okay, I gotta bring another healer in. Man, I gotta raise more healers.
Ouchies. Well. Healing good. Healing very, very good. I need to be healing. Goodbye, Irene. Let's see. Hoshiguma, do I want to keep you in? Yes, I do. You are fine to keep in. Amiya, I don't need you for this one right now. No offense, Amiya. So, Perfumer, come here, my girl. And Honeyberry, hey! Hey, healing friend. Now, time to hope for the best. Healing good. Okay, that should be enough healers. 8. I put her down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I put her... Wait, not there. Put her down here. Then I wait for thorns. I wait for my boy. Before I use her skill, or else everything's gonna go wrong in the world. So there, I can do that now. You know, I'll put her here for instead. And maybe I should prep a healer here, like literally right here. I believe in you, Kelsey. You got this. Yeah, this be fine. I'll put her down here. And then over here. Yeah, more healing. Lots and lots of healing is good, right? Like that. You know, I'll put her here. Yes. And I'll put her here. I cannot make the bird go poof, though. I'm scared of hurting the bird. No bird hurting. Mephisto, just go up to the top then, if he's the only one. That's fine. Look at those dudes just throwing. Well, at least their energy's going down. I just gotta worry about Susie, though. I don't want Susie to actually accidentally do a thing. Okay, Susie, do a thing now, actually. Wait, Susie, who are you fighting? Susie, stop it. Stop it, Susie. No, Susie, stop attacking the bird. Okay, wait, she's not attacking the bird. That's fine, then. Ash was attacking the bird. No, Susie is attacking the bird. Susie, no. Bird, can you just walk forward, please? Just go a little bit forward. A little bit. Come on. Or fine, let me attack your boys. If you're gonna be like this, I'll use your boys. Oops. Actually, no, it's fine. I can get the boys from here. Come on, Bird, just go through. Just get through, Bird. Get out of here, Bird. Go. Stop spitting, Bird. Go. Get out of here. Come on, you're so close. Just go. 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 Stop it. Stop spitting on them. Go. Leave. Please go, Birdie. Come on. There. That's what I wanted. That's all I needed, bird. Phew. Silly, silly bird. Now I can freely use skills. You know, this form of Mephisto's cute. I like the bird form. And not as punchable. Bird form is probably best form, no offense. Like, I know that's terrible, but I like the bird form. That's a good bird. Look at Silver Ash and Thorns doing so much good work. Come on, dudes, come out. Come out, sirs. Actually, I want to join in on the chaos. Chen, do a thing. If I gotta fight Talulah, I gotta use Chen. Talulah's a fire type. Chen is a water type, so you know, water's super effective against fire, so I'm prepared for this. Come on, dude, just walk a little bit closer. Let me hit you with the water. Water plus electricity, extra painful. A little bit closer. Yay. I need to go forward. Operators, please... Operators, prepare the mist. Eliminate all the dust in the area. I need to go forward. Fall back. The mutation has reached its limits. Avoid putting any more pressure on the target. Someone's talking. Someone's singing. All dreams sink into the bottom of the lake. Life is important, really important. My friends lost their lives. They all left me. They stopped. They won't go on anymore. If you have your own ideas and your own goals now... Monster, prepare to fire. Where should I go? I know, I get it now. But no matter where I go, people are going to beat me up. It hurts. If I hit them back, then they will hurt. I don't want it to hurt anymore, but it really hurts right now. Is this going to do it? Are all infected going to end up like this? I can't. I need to keep moving forward. They are worried. I can't keep them worried about me. 'Tis a reality that even time cannot shake. I know, they don't like me. But they don't like me because I did something bad. I don't want to do anything bad anymore. Dr. Misaki, I told you this before. Whether it's the symptoms or the causes we eliminate, it makes no difference to me whatsoever. It's dark here. Where will I end up? Then hurry up and make a decision. Do as I told you. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to get anyone hurt. This has to be a dream, right? A dream where everyone is just hanging around quietly, smiling. I need to wake up soon. You always wake up from dreams. If you don't wake up, it's just the same thing as not moving on. I need to go forward. Seal the hatch. Dispose of all the infection sources quick. Who put Mephisto in the sarcophagus? And what did they press for the buttons? The heck? For Mephisto's end, I think that, like, out of all of them so far, his end is kind of the nicest, since he's a pretty bird. Let's go, let's go. I won't look back. I think I figured it out. I need to tell them this. Right, I need to tell them. Being alive is a good thing. Being alive is precious. Being alive is painful. But some of my friends have walked a long, long road. Now I remember. I need to tell them. It's a good thing to be alive. Let's go. Goodbye, my home. Goodbye, the person who sang for me. Goodbye, Talulah. Goodbye, Sasha. Goodbye, my friend. Oh, he put himself in the sarcophagus. Kelsey swipes her finger across the control panel, and the sarcophagus's low, thunderous roar immediately dissipates. It's all over now. We put an end to the sudden disaster. We fulfilled our obligations and completed our mission. Chernobog's core city has lost its power source. I can guarantee that this facility won't be reactivated within the next few years. For the next few hours, the core city will only be able to use the energy it has stored to power its engines. Once that is used up, the entire city is nothing more than a hunk of scrap metal. We've done all we can here, however. If we want to bring it to a halt before it crashes into Lungmen, we'll have to use the emergency brakes. That's Amiya's mission, and only Amiya has what it takes to fulfill that mission. Is the city going to be abandoned here? I wonder, does it mean if I take off the helmet, I'll have a bird head? Have I become birdified too? If the Ursus Empire still wants it, then let them have it. You aren't afraid of them putting it in service again? There were two things that happened here that had to do with me. The first of those happened some 20 years ago. About 20 years ago, a small mining company controlled by the Boris group of Ursus unearthed a strange set of equipment in the southern mountains. News about this quickly traveled to the conglomerate's leader, Count Boris. At the time, the Count made a bold decision. He tried to build an industrial city with all the necessary facilities and equipment, with the expectation that his conglomerate could shake its reliance on the military-controlled mining industry and the arms trade. Now, the equipment could have been some inheritance passed down by the gods, or a device of the Sarkaz witchcraft. That doesn't matter. As long as it worked, it would give the Boris group the breakthrough they needed. Of course, it could also have been nothing but worthless scrap, and any amount of research would not have produced any meaningful results. It could also have been something perilous, something that could level multiple settlements in the blink of an eye. They put together a team of talented scientists. All of them were young, sick of working with elementary theories, embittered by society, in need of money, and had been marginalized by academia for years. You were on the team? That's right. Soon after I left Columbia, I found out about this through my own networks. I joined the group in order to keep them from blowing up the entire city up. I am something like an expert on this topic, so one way or the other, I ended up becoming the scientist's mentor. Now, Chernobog wasn't just your average emerging city. It used to be old and run down. Before the scientists realized what the device's true purpose was, I followed them to siphon a certain amount of its energy to provide Chernobog a resource other than originium. Not much, but certainly not negligible. Count Boris was beyond elated. He paid all that money, and he certainly got his money back. He was someone who really knew how to do business. Chernobog quickly developed, and
and droves after droves of people were drawn to the city, seeking opportunity. Many smaller cities joined the Boris group as well, either out of respect for Boris himself, or because they were awed by how generous the man was with his money. With Chernobog propelled to the fore, the scientists' research also reached an important breakthrough. I probably should have stopped them. Go on, it's okay. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. I want to know, so go on, it's okay. Let me continue. Brilliant as they were, a few of my students uncovered the device's secrets on their own. First, they realized that the energy that they were siphoning was generated only as a side effect of the device's operations, a kind of hibernation mode. Its original purpose was for the device to keep functioning normally. There was also one other thing that they realized. The energy that they had been siphoning for Chernobog was but a small fraction of the energy the device could actually provide. Just a tiny fraction. At first, they were ecstatic. This had potential to greatly reduce Chernobog's reliance on the originium mining industry. If they could put together something similar to the device, then Ursus would never have to worry about energy again, and the mining and refining process of originium would also become much simpler. Then, fear began to sink in. If all that energy was used to forge weapons or begin a conquest, Ursus would undoubtedly be engulfed in a sea of flames yet again. Now, fortunately, the scientists were all good, upstanding people. They wanted to prevent disaster. And unfortunately, that didn't change a thing. When the Fourth Army got involved, the scientists had already realized just how serious the whole situation was. And by the time my students were ready to have the device sealed, the secret police had already figured out all their weaknesses. Ilya was a leader among the scientists. He was both righteous and stubborn, qualities that went hand in hand. The secret police knew that kidnapping his family would only unleash the hatred in him, so they picked someone else. Sergei, my oldest student. He was Skull Shatterer and Misha's father, a very indecisive chap. The secret police hardly even threatened him, and that was enough to destroy what little determination he had. The fear of losing his family and his respect for his colleague and their work tormented him, and in the end, he chose what must have felt like a compromise to him. He turned over the experiment's objectives and data to Count Boris. The reality is, he shouldn't have trusted anyone. A drowning man will clutch at a straw, yet that straw could also be the very thing that ends up killing him. The Count didn't protect the scientists. He protected just Sergei and allowed the military to carry out an attack, which then turned into a massacre. The Count didn't have the power to protect the scientists. He could barely even hold his head up in the presence of the military's top brass. Even though the military and the nobility had lost much of their influence after the Great Rebellion, that didn't change the fact that Count Boris's family was new money. They bought their noble status from another family. Sergei managed to save his children, and the price he had to pay was to watch the murder of all his colleagues in the core city sarcophagus. After all the bodies were removed and the blood cleaned up, a new lab was set up for Sergei, built on top of his crumbling mentality. Needless to say, Sergei never again produced anything meaningful with his research, and with the loss of all their distinguished, albeit overly honest scientists, Ursus's research on the device ended up in quite the mire. After that, everyone simply forgot about the place. No one cared. Nothing could be changed. After the secret police and the garrison packed their bags, the Count and Sergei had the place sealed. The whole process was uneventful too. The equipment was kept running, and the energy just kept flowing from the sarcophagus to Chernobog's core city, perhaps powering the entire city even. For Sergei's service and sacrifice, the Count nominated him to the position of the city council secretary. Oh, and this happened after Sergei's son, Alex, was found to be infected and exiled. The Count finally had the power to stand up against the military, and factories big and small began to spring up around his core city. The Fourth Army no longer had him under their thumb. All they could do was watch Chernobog leave its circle of influence. In the years since Chernobog began its operations, Count Boris also managed to make an enemy of the Grand Duke Baikal, one of the advisors of the Third Army and the biggest beneficiary of the Farscope refinery. Thanks to their disputes over the prices of the raw materials used in manufactions. The Grand Duke ordered several clandestine attacks on the city, but none of the attempts were able to shake the city. It had already become one of Ursus's most important cities. The Count then arranged matters so that the military was not allowed to garrison in Chernobog, so the armies could only do as the Emperor told them, and stationed in the city's surroundings to defend it, to keep a watchful eye on the place, so to speak. I heard the lost city of Atlantis had super duper high tech stuff like this. Maybe they made the sarcophagus. Unless they already exist in this world, then never mind. What's more, Chernobog is not bound by the military and the old nobility's rules. One after another, copycat cities began to emerge all around Ursus. The desire for minerals and products drove the masses to seek out better ways. Instead of being mere slaves to that reek of filth and blood, they wanted to become slaves of a higher purpose. And that's where the problem lies. ... Is that why Chernobog fell? Not completely. I personally think that the moment the scientists, my students, died at the hands of Ursus's greed, Chernobog was doomed to fall. But be that as it may, I never used that as an excuse to forgive myself. Now, thanks to everyone's kindness and fortitude, here's something I considered. Suppose it was used for the benefit of others, and suppose it was able to provide us a different path. Ursus's scientists would have used it for a greater good, though I can see how that would have turned out. The person I used to be would never have arrived at this conclusion. It would just lead to the deaths of even more people, no matter how magnificent everything may seem in the beginning. In this evil world, our benevolence will always be twisted into something else. In other words, Dr. Misaki, I was the one who sent them to the slaughterhouse. I did nothing except stand there and watch them die, and it all happened because the place I presumed the path would take us was a place I dreamt out of immaturity. It's a dream that will never come true in the world we live in. All because they were all too kind. What did you want to do? Are you sure you want to know? It's not something one would normally consider a part of a doctor's responsibilities. I am sure you are well aware, Dr. Misaki. I am more than just a doctor. Yeah, I guess not then. I mean, yeah, you're more than just a doctor, you're also my wife. Heh. Fine, ex-wife. I can see you don't truly want to know. You're merely curious. Once you know the answer, you will only come to regret it. I don't want you to regret this, Dr. Misaki. At least not yet. All I will say is that you are much better at handling these things than I. So you don't want to tell me? Why you leave me on a cliffhanger? Why you tease me, girl? I have lots of questions that I don't want to answer. It's true. I'll admit, it wasn't ever my intention to fulfill Ilya's final wish like this. So much blood was spilled, so many lives are lost, and it turns out the very last thing I could do to remedy all this is what I should have done at the very beginning. But if you were capable of doing that, why didn't you help them do this in the first place? Because I didn't know them. Because I anticipated a different ending. Dr. Misaki,
There are people who inflict violence and send others to the gallows merely because they don't know the other person. A person can kill another without remorse solely because they don't know a thing about them. If we knew everything about those other people, would we improve in any way? Or would we disregard their actions and judge them as stringently as we can merely because they have more of an identity now? Would we determine guilt and innocence solely based on their identity? Because they are rich or poor, normal or infected, from Ursus or from Lungmen, or from the city or the countryside? Have you ever wondered why all the infected that Rhodes Island takes in are from the cities, are from well-off families, and had a decent education? You have to admit, there are infected out there who live in the wilderness, away from civilization. Others live in far-off places with no way to communicate with the cities. And there are those who live on the streets and in the back alleys, just trying to survive from one day to the next. None of them have ever heard of Rhodes Island, to say nothing of those other infected-oriented pharmaceutical and medical companies. This is the reality we are in. They didn't want to resort to violence, they just never had the chance to learn what else they could do. In the past, many people worshipped the power of violence because of the violence others had inflicted on them. Violence worked on them, so they used it on those around them, and that worked on those other people as well. Therefore, violence became their tool. They don't understand life without violence, and their lives will always be ruled by pain and hatred. Violence isn't a plow. Violence isn't a plow. The road traveled by violence will always remain a barren land. The infected who was held in the sarcophagus and got wrapped into that monstrosity. Do you think he's evil? Were we all born evil? Was it power and violence that created the evil in humans? Or was it the evil humans who created these tools to do harm to their fellow men? We don't have the right to judge others. No one has that right. To recognize goodness and then do something good, to recognize evil and then to refute evil, and to combat evil with evil and then to win. All that makes us no different than our enemies. From our enemies, and we'd have to take our own lives by that logic. But Dr. Misaki, if you know me, then you know that the yeah, but Dr. Misaki, if you know me, then you know that there are always certain things that need to be done by someone. But these are definitely not reasonable and fair behaviors, and certainly not something you can just carry out and claim to have the moral high ground. No matter the motive, we have to remember that what we are doing is doing harm. You're right. All the stuff you just said go way beyond a doctor's responsibilities. That's why I'm not looking forward to getting your approval on anything I do. Convincing you of anything is Mia's job, not mine. And that's because I've done a lot of things that should be left unknown, should never again be attempted by anyone, and should never be forgiven. Yet, in the foreseeable future, there are a lot of decisions lying ahead of you. Yes, you, not me. A lot of people still have high hopes for you. Me, not so much. My excuses will always just be my excuses. Your actions will always be your actions. I hope to see you offer the world a chance to change, just like many kind-hearted people before you did. Is it really okay to just let the Ursus get their hands on this machine again? If they are truly able to reactivate it, I am now willing to believe that it will only be reactivated by someone who's kind in nature. I am willing to believe that the future is in the hands of those who seek to truly change this world. What if someone button mashed and broke the code and then even more birds appeared? I mean, what if everything starts heading toward that worst case scenario you envisioned in the beginning? Well, ironically, With how bad of a place this world is, we definitely aren't on the good side. If that's how things actually turn out, then it doesn't matter how much work we put in and how many catastrophes we stop. That kind of future is inevitable. It isn't realistic to expect that immortality and evil can be defended easily. Can be defeated easily. If what you want to do is instead destroy civilization in an instant and to live a life tormented by pain, that's definitely doable, and you should think about it. At any rate, right now, there's still something we can do. Something we can do? The disinfection is almost complete. After that, once we have our tracks here taken care of, Ursus won't have anything on us. I'm just imagining like the rest of our crew are doing cleanup while Kelsey and I are just having a nice story time moment. I mean, not really a nice story, but this is a nice moment between us, you know? Let's go back to Amia. Let's go back up Amia right now. Though, I suppose if things aren't looking too bad over there, the whole Chernobog incident will already be over by the time we make it to the command tower. We're basically just heading there to regroup with our employees. As for what happened here, that happened here, I will try my best to end this journey of suffering, just like what you wanted me to do earlier. That's right, Doctor. There are certain things that only you can decide. With the dust of the battle settled, you wander around the sarcophagus. A strange sense of familiarity and sadness wells up in your heart. You look at the operators, and it strikes you with a sense of unfamiliarity. After all, you don't know most of them. The operators wrap up their work in the area and begin to leave. Kelsey notices that you haven't followed and approaches you. Is there something still on your mind? You talked a lot about the sarcophagus, but nothing about me. Do you love the sarcophagus more than me? I'm just kidding. Right. I'd rather you be the one to broach the subject. Why did I wake up here? What was I doing in it? What's the second thing that had to do with you here? Actually, this is the reason why I escorted you here. There are a few things that Amia doesn't want me to tell you, but this may be our last chance. Before we have the sarcophagus buried, I need to pluck those fragments of truth out of your brain. Dr. Misaki, 3 years ago, with a heavily injured you in tow, I came back to this long-forgotten place and placed you inside this device. This device can heal your pain, and only your pain. What? That's all you got to tell? That's all you can tell me? That was as detailed as I could possibly explain it. The white infected creature we encountered earlier looked bizarre, didn't it? That wasn't how he used to look. From this, I can conclude that before he became an infected creature, the infected entered the sarcophagus, and that was how the sarcophagus was activated. Perhaps he saw the footage of Amia taking you out of the sarcophagus. That prompted him to mess with the sarcophagus, and one way or another, he got inside. It shouldn't have happened. The sarcophagus was originally designed to heal its operator, but this infected got inside, and that's how disaster struck. You saw the end result yourself. The infected creature wasn't a product of nature. The sarcophagus wasn't designed to handle it. Its transformation was entirely a man-made process. The sarcophagus transformed it. Yet you received treatment in the sarcophagus. The device reacted to you too, in completely different ways. It's 'cause I'm built different. So you're trying to say the infected and I are different? I'm built different. I am the chosen one by the sarcophagus. Of course, Dr. Misaki, the two of you couldn't be any more different. Is there anyone out there like us? Is anyone out there like you? Perhaps this machine can only cure people like you, and not the infected. Perhaps this machine forces its patients to take their oldest aspects. Perhaps I'm the only perhaps I'm the only one who's allowed to operate it even. In any case, you survived. As for him, the infected it used to be, he became the source of the herd. That's right. The world is a big place, and no one is exactly like anyone else. You and I, Amia, him, and everyone else, all of us are different. And from my point of view, all of you are nothing like me. Who can understand me, and who can understand you? How many lives around us have been lost, and how many tragedies that we are powerless to stop have occurred? Were my students not studying this because they were trying to create a better place? Why must greed bring about so many meaningless deaths? Isn't this just a stupid, stubborn tragedy? Is that the whole reason this was created? And what was the reason all of us were placed in this world? Is fate manipulating all of us? Are we all merely actors in this absurd comedy, all for a creator's enjoyment? But I belong here. I want to give it all up. This is too painful. I can't take this anymore. Nah, but I belong here. I see. Is it too late for me to convince you to turn back? I don't know though. Should I really do that? You might just be acting, but I should be happy about what you said. Nonetheless, I need I need to remind you, Doctor. This decision isn't going to be that easy. Dr. Misaki, in this vast world, there has to be a place where you belong. We are bound to this world by all sorts of things, Dr. Misaki. Our day-to-day lives are full of agony, and our very lives may not even have any meaning. Yet, once we start walking forward, the traces of our journey will always be there beneath our feet whenever we look back. A bright, smooth road is easy to walk. A dark, bumpy road is difficult to tread. Even so, be it the scientists or the elite operators of Rhodes Island, the honorable men of Lungmen or the infected men of Chernobog, who dream of a new life. All of them are doing their best to limp forward, step by step. They are being chased by their pain, tormented by their nightmares, held back by the hatred, and, in the end, death will catch up to them. But they've already escaped from much of their burdens. They've got away from all the suppression and weaknesses the world has placed on their shoulders. Some people said that Kelsey is telling you to log out the game right there. Kelsey, soon enough, I gotta wake up at 4 a.m. anyways. But let me just spend some more time with you, Dr. Kelsey. Then I will eat and then try to rest before waking up at 4 a.m. Most of us are fragile and weak. But what I am trying to say is that all these things that prey on our minds are precisely the things that prove our existence and that helps us fall asleep at night. Our misery is far from over. Our world's misery has no limits. Even so, we can yet make our own decisions, just like those who live in this harsh cold, but choose to keep the fires of hope alive. Ha. ... You may be right. Ha. Just, ha. Or actually, no, you may be right. Doctor, I'm telling you all this mostly out of responsibility, because of a promise I made, and also because I have high hopes for the future. I have high hopes for you. And Dr. Misaki, I know I tend to act rather hostile against you, but I hope you won't let it get to you. I will try my best to hold back. I'm not allowed to complain when everything you said is filled with spite. ... You could try to be more polite. I'm not allowed to complain when everything you say is filled with spite?
My attitude stems from what I remember about you. Your memories may have been erased, but there is nothing wrong with mine. This here is a life. Yeah, this here is a life functions restoration device for home use. It shouldn't have a function like that. Perhaps a machine malfunction, or maybe your acting is really that impeccable. Regardless, you are innocent on the surface only because you lost your memories. Doctor, don't feel uncomfortable because of what I'm about to tell you. Just this once, I will let my emotions flow free. I simply want to remind you this, even though Mia doesn't want me to. If I could, I would settle my score with you. I would take my revenge.
What?
When you regain your memories, you will have the opportunity to scrutinize the choices you made. Yet even if you repent your sins, or your memories are actually lost forever, you cannot change the way I see you. I won't allow the seeds of hatred deep inside me to grow, but I have the right to keep them there. I have the right to forever remain furious. Still, I don't even know who I should be directing my anger anymore.
Me? Dot dot dot. What did I do before? Yeah, like, what did I exactly do before? I know you guys are saying that I did murder, but I don't remember it. And the extra story will be for next time.
I don't think of you as the same person you were. If I did, I wouldn't even be talking to you. I'd rather you. Rather you. I still have no idea why Teresa had so much faith in you.
Who's Teresa?
Teresa was my friend. She was my partner. Teresa died 3 years ago. I lost her forever. Do you want to know the truth, Doctor?
Dot dot dot. No, yes.
Regardless of what you think, I brought you here to tell you the truth. Neither of us can escape from our past. Dr. Misaki, there used to be someone else who had your body, and there was blood on those hands, Teresa's blood. You killed Teresa, and she was your friend as well.
What? Dot dot dot.
Is this the truth? What irks me the most is that you lost all your memories when you were put in the sarcophagus. Yet that doesn't change the truth. The truth that has nothing to do with you one bit. That's unfortunate for both of us. Even though I can't hurt you in any way, I want you to remember this. Teresa trusted you, and Amia still does, but I don't.
So what happened?
I won't tell you. This question isn't for me to answer. Otherwise, I'm afraid I might just end up placing a curse on you.
So who am I right now?
You are Dr. Misaki, the one everyone calls doctor, just a soul in this vast world.
Can I believe all this?
If I gave you an answer, would you accept that right away? You reject my contempt for you from the bottom of your heart, so I will spare you my colorful answers and truths. I won't ask you to trust me. I also won't tell you any more about the truth. My bitterness will twist my narrative. The words filled with rage disrupt your thought process. Therefore, aside from the keys you need to unlock the whole picture, aside from the most basic truths, I won't tell you anything. You can see it for yourself, judge it for yourself, and search for it yourself. As long as someone believes in you, you will find your true self once more.
Just what are you trying to do?
I'm trying to protect you. Just like what I promised to do. I promised to protect both you and Amia. Until the moment you breathe your last breath, Doctor. That's my responsibility. But I will never stop hating you. I am in no position to educate or criticize Rosmontes. After all, I might not be able to hold myself back from taking revenge.
You... There was a similar scenery and a similar conversation. There are different emotions during different eras, all of which are working together to bridge that large gap in your memories. Who am I? Who's this doctor? What did you just remember? This isn't the first time this has happened. Something has crept into your turbulent mind. The sirens are blaring so thunderously loud that you can't help but think it might cause your eardrums to burst. You find you and your peers running as fast as you can through the corridor. You burrow inside the stone-cold machine, and you're hit by a sudden drowsiness that immediately interrupts your consciousness. This is none too familiar to you, yet no matter how much you try to pull away, the veil that has your memories covered, your efforts to recall the past are futile. Until the moment you hear that voice. Dr. Misaki. You know, it's fine that Dr. Kelsey doesn't like me. I mean, W hates me too, but I love them nonetheless. That's the other me. The me that I don't know. I'm a different me. My other me may be a jerk, but current me is just a gotcha lover. A gotcha addict. Dr. Misaki. I never thought I would be the one who didn't want to let go. But I have to do this. This is the only way you'll get to live. Yo, look at me and my hand holding. Oh, Misaki. With this, we won't ever get to meet again. I can't accept this. I won't give up. Dr. Misaki, the connection between us will transcend even time and space. I'm sure of it. Even if the ocean completely boils away and the atmosphere vanishes, even if all the moons in the sky are pulled into the vortex of our planet's gravity, and even if the sun continues to mercilessly expand, eventually swallowing up all its children until none can be heard, I am sure we will meet again. At the far end of our civilization, once adorned by darkness and the brilliance of the stars up above, we will meet once again. I will wait until that day comes. I promise you, I will. Wait for me. You must wait for me too. Dr. Misaki, don't ever forget about me. Sorry, I forgot about you until now, technically. Doctor? The fragments begin to gradually reassemble before a name finally emerges in your mind. Priest S? Dr. Misaki? Kelsey, who's Priestess? Why was she holding my hand and saying that we're gonna meet each other at the end of the world?
The enemy's putting up way too much of a fight. Hey you, for Christ's sake, keep your head down. How the hell did they even manage to squeeze all these people in here? We're almost there to the last door. And we're almost there to the last floor.
The burning smell. I can smell it from here. Everyone, I'll be fine by myself from here on out.
Guess you don't think we're being much of a help, eh?
You've all been very helpful, but it's too risky to have you help me with this.
You can spare us a sympathy. We're all grown-ups here.
No, I'm not sympathizing, operators. There is something that I have to make clear. Without your help, I wouldn't have made it this far.
You go get him, Amiya. I sure as hell would like to sneak a few drinks in at one of those more laid-back cities one of these days. Hell, maybe I'll share one with you.
Definitely. You go, Amiya. That's my bestie. Oh, this is Madame Qian's scabbard. It's full of scratches. Did Talulah let Madame Qian through on purpose? Oh no. Actually, maybe not. With how far she's come, Madame Qian isn't that easy to kill. She's probably figured out what it is she's looking for already. I'm sure other people would be at a complete loss when faced with this string of events, but Madame Qian's anger is about so much more than just this. The object of her resentment, all of us resent it as well. Amiya starts climbing the stairs. She thinks back to the time when she last saw Qian. It was in the officer's office in Lungmen, and Amiya can still vividly remember the view of Qian that met her eyes. The moment her hand touches the scabbard, the scenery seemingly opens up before Amiya's eyes again, and it's getting clearer and clearer. Well, nothing good ever comes out of going on a mission with you. Hey, it's her again.
Gah. 9. You're okay.
I'm managing. I didn't expect to see you. Almost knocking on death's door, though. That bomb blew up right in front of me, you know? You were like yards away.
It took a bite out of my abdomen, sorry. But this really hurts, so bear with me. You've always been much better at putting up with pain than me. 9. Turn around and let me look. Yeah, turn around and let me take a look.
I didn't know you had it in you to make demands of your superior officer.
No way, you.
I'm sorry that I couldn't protect you, Qian. My crystals blocked most of it, but some shrapnel got through. I'm guessing some of the shrapnel hit you, am I right? Let's take care of it now. You might still make it out of this.
9, you... Don't tell me. What about you?
I can figure out what's going on with my body much better and much faster than anyone, especially with my arts. I'm not getting these shrapnel out. I'm an LGD member. Let me go out with some pride. Just remember how I look from behind, and give everyone at the department my regards. And Wei too. Send him my regards.
Where will you go?
I'm definitely going to be infected with these wounds. Wherever the infected usually go, that's where I'm going.
9. Even if you're infected, that doesn't mean you have to leave. You've done so much for Lungmen and the LGD. All of us know it in our hearts.
They all know in their hearts how terrifying the infected are. Even this originium bomb. Let me guess, forget it. I have no idea who made it. It's about time you stop dreaming, Jen. Let me get one thing in. The boundary between the infected and normal folks isn't for you to decide. Not me either. That is for them to decide. I warned you about meddling with the affairs of the slums infected, and, well, look where that got us.
But are you ready to make headways in the slums?
There's also that housing plan for the infected, ready to be launched. Wouldn't you say we're in a better shape than before?
We are more than ready to treat all the infected fairly and equally. We will give everyone in Lungmen a fair treatment regardless of whether they are infected or not, because they are all people of Lungmen.
Sure, we may be ready, but is Lungmen ready? Are the masses ready? Will the General Chamber of Commerce vote for it? What do you think will happen if I tell the LGD that I'm infected?
You can report your status after we accomplish all that.
You're asking me to use my authority to conceal my status. That's not How is that not corruption? I would rather be exiled than to do that. Wei Yanwu single-handedly built the LGD, and we've kept it running and maintained its integrity for so long. The department represents law and order, and I won't allow its name to be tainted. Besides, Chen, do you really think that those who live a better life can better keep their apathy in check, and those who live in the slums and mines face certain death? No, once you become infected, there's only one way the world is going to deal with you. All infected die, and as long as they all die the same way, and we burn their bodies the same, there isn't anything that sets one apart from the other. I won't ask for anyone's forgiveness. My infected head count is well over 100. It's not karma that turned me into an infected myself. It's just how the world works. And the list of ways it handles people like us goes on and on. It's almost like it gets a bonus each time it comes up with a new way to mess with us. Why, Nine? I thought you were confident about Lungman's future.
9 is cool. She sticks, yeah, she like sticks true to what she thinks is right. I respect that.
Confidence? Heh. So you guys take how rude I am for confidence. I love the city. When I had nowhere else to go, it took me in. But deep down in my heart, I know there isn't anywhere in the world that truly accepts the infected. I may love it here, but that doesn't mean I'm confident about it all. I just know it a bit too well. I know what's worthwhile and what's a waste of time here. I don't just chill in my office and act all high and mighty. I pound the beat with you guys. I do that not because I try to look friendly to the citizens or want to show off. The only reason I am here is because Lungman needs me. Wei is willing to take the infected in for one reason and one reason only. He thinks the problems that the infected bring with them are nothing compared to the problems that Lungman has faced or will face.
Yeah, I feel like Reunion is safer with her leading it. You know, like she seems to have a good head on her shoulder. She's legit.
But whose heads do you think will roll first once those problems are all taken care of? Even if Wei doesn't, what about the city? What about the merchants and the masses? The worksmen and the cops? Lungman can take in the infected. Lungman isn't just theirs, it's ours as well. So what does it matter if they're infected? Does it somehow mean they can't do their part for the city? Does it mean the city can't protect them? It can't. No, we're all the same. If we're all infected, we'll be seen as equals, remember? You said it yourself. Well, let me fix that for you then. Wei Yanwu treats you like a jewel, and your life here in Lungmen is on a whole other level compared to the regular folks. I don't deny your efforts and sacrifice, Chen. You're one of the finest members I've ever seen in the department, but I have to warn you, you are not like them. No, I'm not working in Lungmen for the prestige. I'm a part of the LGD. I am part of Lungmen. We poured our blood, sweat, and tears into the city, and its people are harsh, but it will come to accept everyone in the end. It will. It's been improving. 9, even if we're infected, we're still a part of Lungmen. Lungmen is a city for all people. That's how it should be. If it isn't right now, then we will make it so. Have we not seen enough? There are lots of good, honest infected here, don't you agree? Then prove it to me. You want to prove to me that we belong here, then do it. I will. I definitely will. Be quick about it. I may not have that much time left in me. I will. If you run into situations like this, just let Wei know. He'll take care of it. Keep in touch. Feel free to call if something comes up. Oh yeah, tell Hoshiguma I said to keep an eye on you, lest you do something stupid. Feel free to forget what I just said, and I'm sure you will, but make sure to tell her that before you do. Stupid? What's stupid? Teach by example. What has it turned me into? Sympathize with others. What has it ever helped me understand? Never give up. What have I lost because of that? Now that we finally get to meet again, what can I actually do anyway? What can I do? Wasn't that all decided years ago? Madam Chen, wait for me. Yeah, Madam Chen, wait for me. You've been very brave, being able to do all this. But it's still too soon to jump to conclusions. Let me take a look, too, Madam Chen. I want to know what she's done. All of us need the truth. You want to know what kind of person Talulah has become? What I want to know is who exactly is the person Reunion has been following. It's as though she can already hear Qian's roar and Tallulah's laughter. She has finally come to understand the way Qian thinks. You know it's a trap, so why are you here? I'm here because I have to figure out whether this is really a trap. That's the only way I can prove that you are beyond redemption. And if I tell you it is, in that case, it's not going to weigh down on us. It's not going to weigh us down the tiniest bit when we finally set you free from all this, whether I'm the one who does the honors or someone else. If you got any regrets, save them for your own funeral. The pattern of one of the 10 rings begins to emit a bright, vivid red glow. In that case, when do I need to do this? When you think it's the right time. We need new weapons to take on new enemies. We need firm principles to take on great evil. In the past, Amiya would have found herself in a fluster, trying to remove herself from the ring's restraint, but not now. Clouds splitting. They face each other. A sword of Stratus rent. One stood, stand fast. The idea of running away probably hasn't ever crossed Chen's mind, has it? Both Chen herself and Amiya would probably answer no when asked this question. Chen has tried to run far away many times, but she stopped herself. Qian's memories and emotions, and each and every time she changed, all of it came from her determination. To wield the Qi Xiao is to have a firm conviction. Qian has seen ups and downs through her journey, and there are moments she struggled with her own belief. Qian did not allow herself to stay depressed. This can also be seen in her technique with Qi Xiao. Qian has made up her mind. Amiya quietly tries to take this all to heart. Just as the memories she saw of Qian are slowly flowing into her heart, the warmth left on the scabbard is slowly fading away. Amiya is being far calmer than she's ever been before. She has made her decision. She will take off the ring. She wants to see the truth. A sea of flames begins to burn fiercely before her eyes. This time, she isn't going to close her eyes. She will bear witness to everything that has happened to these sisters. And now, Qian is standing before Talulah. The Qi Xiao holds steady in the air. The Draco's flames are extinguished by the moment they graze the blade, as though it swallowed the blazing waves whole. The two sisters, blood-related, are ready to settle their scores. Amiya, Her power is so good for empathizing with people because she knows the truth. She knows how things were from their point of view. I'm proud of you, Mia. It may be hard, it may be painful in the body and mind, but she's doing it. Good job, Mia. Let me collect that real quick. And then down. I guess I didn't get the look below thing yet. Or maybe I go back out and go back in? Huh. Oh, unless you meant something else. Uh... Yay. I know, right? Progress pretty far, I'm happy with that. And it wasn't as painful as yesterday because of the shield bros and drones. Phew. But yeah, that was pretty good. I will continue more next week. And I will make some... I'll look in the fridge for some food. And then, gotta set an alarm, make sure I wake up at 4. So thank you everyone for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of their day and epic gacha luck. I will have to farm the event some more so I can buy more things in the store. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.